Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week's episode is sponsored by Patreon member Brian Bickersmith. Looks like Bijan Robinson finally learned how to play now that he's not on my fantasy team. This week we got Erich, Alex, Corey, Randy, Evan, Tim, and Jason. A couple reminders. Registration is open for the 13th annual Two-Town Turkey Trot, Wedge's yearly tag release event. Registration is also open for the Discers for Whiskers at Hartford Greens on the machine layout. Discers for Whiskers is a pet food fundraiser event. Event entry will be $20, which will cover the cart fee. In addition to the entry fee, we will require a donation of pet food. Anything else opening up? Anybody know about?
I don't know of anything new, but in the volunteer finale still has spots.
Turkey Throwdown still open?
Turkey Throwdown, I assume, just opened up. I believe that's what they were saying. Or wait, Turkey Throwdown, not two-turn Turkey Trot.
Yeah, there's a lot of turkeys going around this time.
Yeah, they're messing with me. I don't know if Turkey Throwdown still has.
Jason, did you and Jess sign up?
Not yet.
Turkey Throwdown does still have spots available.
What's the mixed division look like?
It looks like me and Kat.
And you got Kat and Randy, you got Danielle and Ryan Claire, Becky Mabee, and Guy F. Hassler. I don't know them.
I don't know them, but gonna meet them.
Mm-hmm.
They're like Coxsackie locals.
Ah.
I'll probably sign up. I'm not 100% sure if we can play or not. Sign up right now.
Don't forget to screenshot those names too, because we always forget.
Oh yeah, the team names, because they're out there. They're out there.
On Monday we had nothing. Tuesday, Wilcox Tuesday Dubs, John Tamburino and Patty, Paddie, so I know it's a dude, shot a -4 to win. Last Chance Shen Dubs, Matt Beaver and Jeremy Bledsoe, they shot a -7. Deadbeat Doubles, I've been really slacking on Deadbeat Doubles since Pro League ended, because Pro League and Deadbeat Doubles was the only things I didn't use UDisc for, but Milan Misko and George Chapman shot a -13 to win Deadbeat Dubs. They played yellows and they broke the bank. I guess that's the birdie bank. Patrick Jeffries won Disc Beat Club with a -5. That's a handicap league. Another handicap league, we got Jeff Levin, 33. He won the Skylands Friday handicap league, the Gloasis. SPW Dubs League, there was a tie for first. Dennis Daly and Patrick Jeffries shot a -13. So did Tim Martino and Jay Malloy. Cranmore Dubs League at Crandall, Logan Aikens and Jace Carter shot a -12 to win. Wedge Fall 2025 PDGA League Week 7, they did a white front, yellow back. In the MPO division, if I'm right, 2023 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Year, Antonio Albert shot a -4 to win. Jimmy O'Connell and Adam Dorr tied at -1 for the MA1 win. Port Jervis Disc Golf Fall League 2025, the championships upon Delaware, Chud. Quinn Powell won that with a -7. Overall for the season, top 5, George Henry told his captain, came in 5th place. Gary came in 4th, Jared in 3rd, Quinn in 2nd, and Peter Newland is your winner for the Port Jervis Disc Golf Fall League. Skylands had their October monthly at Buzzies. Craig Cutler won the A pool. I think he beat Brinster by 1 stroke. He shot a -10. B pool, Ryan Forkertsma shot a -7 to win that. And Stacy Blasdell and Paul Winkler tied for the win in the C pool. On Sunday, the Flying Squirrels 70th Celestial Tour, there were 2 divisions. In the general division, Jay Malloy shot a -7 to win. And the Squirrel division, Sparky Spalding and Dan Perry tied for 3rd place with a -5. And Peter Lauber and Peter Fitzsisti tied for 1st with -6. And I think I saw on Facebook, Peter Fitzsisti hit an ace. Did anybody else see that?
He did on hole 5. Big forehand wide and just, I guess, center chains is what I hear.
Nice. On Sunday, there was also the Dove Creek Monthly, and I think Evan played, but I think we're going to talk about that next week because I really want to, there's a couple questions I have about the course, so we're going to hold off on that for right now.
Shout out Josh Lee, though, Bing Bong for winning.
Yeah, okay. I'll just delete that.
He said next week,
everybody. Bro. It's fine. So the 2025 Stonewall Classic, PDGA C Tier in Greenville, New York. Tournament Director Jason Lasasso, Event Director Peter Lundstedt, and Senior Director of Strategic Operations Jessica Lasasso. Had 39 players, 7 divisions. How do you think it went, Jason?
I think it went well. My main goal was to have nice weather and did pretty good with that. So I was happy that everybody could check out the mountains this year and not get soaking wet. So I think that was pretty much my main goal.
Any hiccups?
There's always a few minor hiccups not coming to me right now. I'm sure there was a few.
Okay. I was told a few times that we were playing Pro Par. What's the difference there?
So there's 5 holes that are very long, and the course is designed for a more intermediate player. So there's a higher par. But for this event, considering that we have some higher end MPO players, I went with the Pro Par, which is like 5 strokes less than the AM Par.
So I shot +1. All right. I dig it.
Yeah. So if you're like a normal amateur player and you're playing the course, I'd recommend sticking with the AM Pars. They're more realistic for people that throw 300 to 350 feet. I had to pick one so everybody's in the same rating pool. Figured with the pro field that was signed up, it made sense to go with the Pro Par.
Yeah. I felt they were fair. Now, there's a difference between, just because I think it's fair, doesn't mean I'm going to birdie it. But, I was capable of parring each one of them. Whether I did or not is different than being capable. So I would argue that you kind of undersold the preparedness of the course for the tournament. You made it sound like the grass is growing wild and there's rocks all over the place. And, but it was year over year. Forget about it. It's a huge improvement. And considering it's not like you have a ton, do work days and such, but it's not like you get a ton of folks out there,
Yeah, my only regret, or I guess my biggest regret, was that I was really hoping to get the par 4 tee-pad pavers in. So like hole 3 and hole 16 especially. Those are two that like you're really running into it, digging into it. I think pavers would have just held up better over the event.
Well, speaking as somebody who's not going to be throwing super far, thank you, because it probably made the guys that were able to throw farther than me a little hesitant. So
yeah, I have a pretty compact run-up X-step, so it doesn't hurt me. So maybe that helped me out, I guess. Aside from that, like I was kind of prioritizing stuff. I kind of waited to the last minute to do a lot of the tournament prep stuff. I think I've said before, like I've got a new position at work and really busy. So been kind of procrastinating a lot of stuff. Like I was making trophies like right the week before.
So a couple days before, actually.
Yeah, actually the day before, because a bunch of people signed up, like 10 people signed up the last few days. So
well, that's on you for doing that contest at the last minute there. I think you made a lot of people aware of it.
Yeah, I think that helped get some people signed up. Just pointing attention to some of the people that already signed up. But yeah, I was trying to get there after work and do pavers and some other coursework. The one thing I love about this event is that it's like a driver for me to get coursework done. It's pretty easy to just kind of put stuff on the back burner. But when you have a deadline, just kind of like my personality type, I'll like rush to get everything done at the last second.
Corey, what were your thoughts? Hole 16 in particular, but T-pads, did it affect you a lot?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'm used to playing some courses that have, natural or, that kind of tee box. I don't have a huge run up, so I don't need to have a ton of room behind the tee pad, or I don't have to worry about like stepping up to the tee pad. I know like hole 17 is, you don't like have a lot of room to like run up to the tee pad, and I know some people prefer to have basically a runway for the teeing area, but me personally, no, I think it's fine.
You were playing with James Conrad?
Yeah, it's a different, instead of JC, we call him JM.
Okay. Some kind of code name you'll have to figure out on your own, I guess. Okay, I got you.
I made a comment. I played with him round 2, and he had a run up like 4 feet behind the tee on hole 13, and that's like a 190-foot hole. And so he had like a 14-foot run up to that hole.
No, okay, so you compromised. You gave him the run up on that one. You didn't give him to it on all the holes.
Yeah, you got it on the 190-foot hole, but not on the 700-foot one. So.
I will ask, Corey, did you guys happen to throw the same exact disc off a hole 18 that wasn't marked, or no? Because I was asked. I don't know if you were asked about that.
No, someone did make a comment, and either I think Justin was completely confused. It might have even been Erich.
Wait, what?
It was me. I did.
Oh, it was Tim. He basically recollected the hypothetical situation of going OB on that hole with the similar unmarked disc, but
could have easily happened. Not with the Halo disc, but all those player packs were like the same color disc. So
definitely,
yeah. But it's not like anybody would use the player pack discs in their round. That'd be crazy.
That's crazy.
Whether it was a putter, a driver, or fairway.
Who would putt with the disc that came with the pad?
The R Pro AVRs? I can't imagine. That'd be so weird.
Right. I don't know anybody crazy enough to do that, but no, I've been in search of a slightly harder putter, and I found in the first couple holes it was a much harder putter to putt with, so it worked out. So Jason, a few baskets were moved. Am I correct there?
Yeah, a few were moved, so we're closer to like what I'm going to call like the permanent layout. There's still 2 temporary pins on there that are disc catcher sports. So hole 2 is brand new this year. If you played it last year and didn't play this year, it's a totally new hole in the woods and like this overgrown orchard that still needs a lot of brush to get cleared out. That hole is ultimately going to be a lot longer. It's going to be a par 4 or a really long 3. I'm not sure, but it'll have a lot of brush taken out of it. So we weren't ready to get that done. So it's just in a temporary position now. And then hole 16, I have a couple pin positions in mind for that. That'll be along the stone wall or down left in the brush. That might be a par 5. So that pin position right now is just like a temporary par 4 spot. But we did not play the temporary 1 hole that we played last year that was like that 300-foot wide open shot. And we did not play the last hole in the Hidden Forest Loop, which is now hole 13B.
That goes up the hill?
Yep, up the hill. It's like a little chip hyzer.
Mm-hmm. It's a great shot if you are really neat. I mean, because it's eminently birdieable, not a guarantee, but it's a very birdieable hole. If nothing else, you should probably get an easy par off of it. In a tournament, anytime you have that type of shot, it's great. But then you're adding another uphill and a downhill, so I was fine with it. And I think it made the walk to the next hole a little easier.
It cuts like 1,000 feet off the walk.
Yeah.
So yeah, it flows much better now. And you get to play hole 16 instead. So I think hole 16, it's a little boring because it's a big open field. But I think if you play on a clear day, like I kind of love how when you go over the hill, the mountains just like pop, and it's just like kind of like the sound of music up there, and
yeah,
it's a cool spot.
Yeah, we started on 16 on the second round, and it was awesome because we went out way early and just got to just sit down, check out the mountains for about 20 minutes. It is actually, like you said, you throw that first shot and your second shot, hopefully you're looking at just a beautiful view.
I mentioned before the grass was thick, but it wasn't overly long. We had one situation where one of my shots, we had some difficulty finding it. Joe found it with about 20 seconds left on a 3-minute timer. Did anybody else have any issues finding anything in the grass or anything like that?
Not in the grass or the leaves. I lost one in the abyss, and then eventually come to find out later on it had found some water.
Oh my.
Like all discs do.
Yeah, we had CTP holes too. So there was the pro CTP was on hole 10, which is the one with the stream behind it. And I know the course really well, and I know like pretty much where shots land. And Corey had this amazing drive, and I thought he was going to get the CTP. And Duncan was like, I don't know, 15, 20 feet away from it?
Yeah, I'd say about 15, 18 feet. Yeah, 15, 18.
And I was convinced Corey beat him. So I'm like, oh, this has got to be like right by the basket. And we spent a really long time looking for Corey's disc.
It was about 3 minutes and 1 second.
Yeah, I don't know when we started the clock, but there's a lot of wandering around before that. Yeah, we could not find it. It was crazy. And we checked the stream, checked the leaves, went back, and then come to find out there's this big rock in the stream, and somehow like Corey went past the pin. I don't know if it like skipped or rolled or how it got that far, but he ended up in the stream behind the big rock.
Oh my.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, he had to re-tee, so he took a double bogey. And in hindsight, if we did find his disc, he would have had a putt to save par, or at worst a bogey.
You eventually found it, but not within the.
Not in that round.
Our card had a lost disc on that hole too.
It's arguably like, I'd say like the hardest shot or the most technical shot. Like there's not really a way to like cheat the gap. Like you have to throw it on the fairway, and it's super tight, and it dog legs right and kind of finishes left. So being able to throw that shot twice in one round wasn't what I was looking forward to.
No, that's fair. I was saying it's probably the hardest one in the woods at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly because if you can't reach it on the first, that second shot becomes a bit of a...
There's like hard holes to birdie just based on distance, but like that one is distance-wise is like reachable for everybody, but man, you could take some big numbers by taking some tree kicks.
I think that's the longest hole in the woods too.
Sounds right.
It's like low 300s, but I think that adds to it.
Anybody else have any grass issues?
Now, luckily, there were like the remnants of where a vehicle had driven through. So it wasn't just like a field of grass. There was like, okay, there's like where some grass had gotten matted down by tires. So you had like, okay, I'm 50 feet left of that tire track. So you at least had something to gauge off of.
Yeah. So they didn't harvest any of the hay. They didn't get second cutting in this year because it wasn't just worth it. But instead, they did lime it. So they went with a tractor and this big hopper cart thing that I don't know how many tons of lime they put in there, but lime is basically like stone. And the weight of that thing is incredible. And I think just going through the fields, spreading that lime just made those tracks. That was like months ago, and the tracks are still there.
It was kind of weird for me to actually see distances on at least the woods hole. Who did the signs?
I did those like a couple days before the event too. So they're just temporary. The permanent signs are going to be much better. They're going to be with like the bird graphic and all that. But just for the event, I did some like quick signs. Some of them I had from last year, and I just updated them, but they're just laminated. So I'm hoping next year or two, we're going to have permanent signs.
Nice.
And we'll have band wraps too that next year.
Yeah, custom basket wraps too.
Had I known that you were actually going to do signs like that, I probably would have told you don't put my name for a sponsor. I just thought you'd stick one of those signs you got out there, but it looked really nice. So it worked out much better doing it that way.
Yeah, I definitely was rushing through a lot of stuff.
Oh, no.
But I do have all sorts of Hudson Valley Disc Golf promotional stuff that I should put out.
No worries. Speaking of signs, on the sign by hole 17, I think it is, that names all the peaks.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
In both rounds, I think it was pointed out, why is High Peak the lowest peak?
Because maybe whoever named it was high. I don't know.
Eric, why did you
Didn't
name
say high, yes.
No comment.
So I think Wyndham Peak's the highest, right?
Oh, I didn't look that much specific. I just remember people commenting on it.
Growing up in the Catskills there, like I've hiked a bunch of those mountains, so it's pretty cool seeing the names because like I've hiked Wyndham Peak. Blackhead, there was a really nice golf course there. Round Top's like its own area too, but there's some cool hiking trails on those mountains.
Eric, you played MA3. How'd that go?
I did. It went pretty well. Round one, I was with Lenny Rebune, Nick Fiducia, something like that, and Paul Parker. So awesome card, very chill card. I just tried to keep it pretty clean. I got one birdie in the first round, but other than that, I got just a couple bogeys, ended with the +6 in the first, which got me in 4th place. Just tried to keep it clean, like I said, just putting on the basket so I didn't have to putt.
You're 5 strokes behind the lead after round one?
Yeah, 5 strokes behind the lead. Actually, 1 stroke behind Joey Harrington and 3 strokes behind Lenny Rebune. Yeah, so it's still in shot. Definitely, I'm in my head, it's totally still winnable, 100%. And shot over my rating, so I was happy about that. We started on hole 16. We got there pretty early. They started going, and I didn't really know the course layout well enough to trust myself to get back there safely and soundly and in time. So I just followed them, and we got to look at the mountains. As Jason said, it's a beautiful view on 16. All I tried to do is just kind of keep up, or at least keep ahead on each hole, which I managed to do for the first few. And then I got a birdie on 2, which I got a stroke back, which was nice. I got another stroke back on 3. And then I think I got the only birdie on hole 4 in the entire MA3, MA2. And I think Tim is the only one who got it in MA40, which that was awesome because that's a 650-foot hole or something like that. So that was a really nice birdie to get. And he bogeyed that hole, so it's a 2-stroke swing. So at one point, I think me and Lenny were tied 2 strokes ahead. And Rob was kind of down on himself. He wasn't playing well, or just not up to his caliber. And I was kind of hyping him up. And I think I did it a little too much because we get to hole 11. He birdies, and I'm like, he's back. And then I double bogey 12. There's that 3-stroke swing, part out, and that was the end of it. I lost by 2 strokes. Lenny lost by 1 stroke behind me, and yeah, it was a good day. I love the course. I love the bomb shots, even as somebody who can't throw super, super far. It's always fun to be able to open up, and those tunnel shots are like that hole 2. Being able to birdie that both rounds should be a gimme, but it's tougher than you think.
For the record, after the tournament, Lenny said you do throw far, so I don't know if you can get away with that anymore.
I appreciate. I was throwing pretty far that day, but you have to when you can't putt. You have to, you know what I mean? You gotta get as close to the pin as you can. So overall, good day. I think it was a 874 rated tournament, and that's well above my rating. So I'm very happy to be among that.
Nice. 867 and 874, yeah, both well above your rating. 40 plus points above your rating.
Well, if you're gonna be talking numbers, sure, but.
All right. Looks like that was won by Rob Cohen. MA2, Mixed Amateur 2, Michael Marvin shot a -1 to win there. Beat Steve Hanrahan by 4 strokes. Who wants to go first, Tim or Evan, for M40?
I'll go first. Okay. It was good. It was cool. Unfortunately, not to make excuses, I woke up with a huge knot in my back Saturday morning. So that was just something I was kind of feeling and dealing with all day. But had a great first card with Tim and Mike Sancelli, and got to meet Doug, who was really great. Awesome to play with. Had a great forehand, super smooth from his ultimate background. We started on 6. I got a birdie on 7, which was my only birdie of the round. Took a double on 10. Finished +7, or as I like to call it, +2, which was tied for 3rd with Doug, 1 stroke behind Pat. Joe Caron, who was not on my card. I guess you played with him, Pat, first round. Is that right?
Yep.
Shot even, having never been there, but Joe's a great golfer, so that's not super surprising.
And I was there. I was a great caddy for him.
I believe that. That does not surprise me. Pizza for lunch was sweet. Tim let me use his lacrosse ball so I could try and work the knot out of my back a little bit. And we had a nice long break for lunch to kind of chill out. Started on hole 6 again. Was on the lead card this time with Pat and Joe and Doug again. Got another birdie on 7, which would be my second and final birdie of the day, unfortunately. Hole 9 is, Jason was saying, it's kind of a natural fairway downhill to the right. I just, still lacking a decent forehand. I have no answer on that hole. Took a double this round. It was like, okay, we go to 12, which has that stone wall you got to get over straight ahead. I had barely made it inbounds the first round. Second round, I smacked a tree that's in the out of bounds area. So no problem, go to the drop zone. Unfortunately, I yanked my shot from the drop zone out of bounds and took a triple. All right, that hurts. 13 got a par. We get to 14, the other one where you throw from out of bounds. Had what felt like a good shot, hit a tree, kicked back out of bounds over the wall. Okay. Went to the drop zone, even though Pat and Joe told me I could have thrown from where it crossed out, but I didn't think I liked that look as much as the drop zone. I probably should have listened to you guys because once again, I threw from the drop zone out of bounds. So I took another triple. So +6 in the span of, 2 different holes. That's really tough. Finished the round +11, 4 strokes worse than the first round. Missed my rating both rounds. Finished tied for 5th with Mike Sancelli, but beautiful weather, great company, great tournament. Just couldn't really pull it together.
I don't know if going to the drop zone was the wrong decision. I think you just had an unfortunate, that could have easily stayed inbound.
I was talking about with Tim and Brian Monahan about, the difference between, like, say, a mental mistake where that was stupid or I should not have tried that versus, man, I just did not execute, And Jamin has mentioned in the past the idea of kind of crossing your signals or you're in between decisions and you don't really fully commit. And those were just in the space of, 4 throws, just completely really wrecked my round just because I didn't execute, but it is what it is. It was a good time. I really enjoyed playing with you second round. Like playing with Joe. As I said, glad he's on my team this year. So happy to root for him as well.
Heck yeah. Tim, I don't know if we have enough time to hear about your first round.
I was only going to talk about 4 holes.
How'd you do?
So first round, like Evan said, it was me, Doug, Evan, and Mike Zancelli. I just want to emphasize how chill Doug is. I've never played with him before. Like Evan said, really nice guy, smooth forehand, really, really nice guy to play with. And everybody knows Zancelli and Evan. They're awesome to play with. So card was great. We started on 6, like Evan said, and that was the CTP hole for all AMs. And I put it to about 1.5 feet from the pin, and that stood all day. So that was pretty awesome to have that be my first throw. And then we go to hole 7. I put it to, 3 feet from the pin. So I start off 2 down through 2 holes. I'm feeling great. We get to hole 8, which for everyone that hasn't played this course, hole 7 is like a 240-foot uphill shot. And then you go all the way up to the top of the hill to play on the plateau at the top is where hole 8 is. It's on the top of this hill. So you walk all the way up this hill. Hole 8 has 2 different lines, a forehand line and then a hyzer line, but the hyzer line's a little encroached by a leaning tree that kind of scares people away from it. I decide to throw a hyzer flip up the hyzer side, hoping that I can just push like a flippy mid up and it would just kind of coast up like I have in practice rounds and stuff, and usually works. I hit a little limb that flattens my disc completely out to straight, and it goes into a tree and somehow picks up speed and goes all the way down the hill to about 3 feet to the left of the tee of hole 7, which is 240 feet to that basket and another 70 feet up the hill before you get to the plateau. So I walk over to the hill and look, and the other card is behind us. I think it was Ross O'Toole, Nick Silvano. And you can see them kind of looking around like, where the hell did this disc come from? Like, they're wondering, I guess they were asking other people that were on hole 11 if they had thrown the disc and had kicked over to their tee. And I popped my head up over the ridge and they're like, how did this get down here? I'm like, I'll grab it later. If you can bring it up, we'll talk. So I abandoned my lie and I re-tee from there, and I hit the tree right in front of me. I don't think the disc went more than 15 feet off the tee. I ended up throwing up there. I ended up taking a 6. And I'm walking to hole 9, trying to like keep myself like, okay, one hole doesn't make a tournament. This isn't a big deal. I may have just had a huge blow up, but I'm still +1 because I went 2 down the first 2 holes. And I make a joke to Evan as we're walking over. He asked me my score. I'm like, that first one was a practice shot. I didn't abandon that lie. Trying to make a podcast joke. It didn't work. It still counted. I still took a 6 on that. I have a terrible tee shot on 9, but am able to clean it up and get a nice par and save it, move on. We go to 10, which 10 is my favorite hole on the course. I just love the creek in the background. I think it's an awesome hole. It's probably the hardest wood shot, but I just love that hole. And I throw a shot that's a nice hyzer flip that picks up and starts churning, and it's pretty good. It's probably about 2/3 of the way down the fairway, and then it just starts to straighten out a little bit too much, and it hits a tree, and you see it kick down to the left-hand side. It was a ways down there, so I wasn't too worried about it. I was like, this is a pretty easy par. No big deal. We'll move on. We cannot find my disc. We look for, if Corey was looking for 3 minutes and 1 second, we were looking for like 3 minutes and probably 25 seconds. And it's my favorite disc. I don't have another disc in my bag that does that, what that disc does. It's just like this. Now I'm crumbling as I walk back to the tee pad. I pick up another disc and I'm like, okay, this kind of does this. And I smack the first tree off the tee again. I'm 15 feet off. I throw another shot that gets, 60 feet down the tee. And then I throw a very smooth putter shot all the way through, and I think I'm going to like ring this shot up, and it buzzes right by, and it was probably 1.5 inches from being in the creek OB, but it was safe, but I'm completely blocked by the big tree that's behind that. I end up having to take a 7 on that hole, and at this point, I lost my favorite disc. I've just had 2 blowups. I can't overcome that at all mentally. I have pretty much like 2 more collapse holes on there, and I end up taking a +16 for round 1, which was awesome. So after the round, I tell Evan and Mike that I'm going to go look for my disc. I'd also lost a proxy on another hole later on. I thought someone said they grabbed it. They didn't. I just left it there. That's on me.
Shout out Chandler and Megan for picking that up.
Yeah, shout out to Chandler and Megan for grabbing that. That was awesome. So after the round, I tell Mike and Evan, I'm like, I'm going to go look for my disc. I need some time to decompress from that round. So I go out there and I stand on the tee and I'm like, okay, there's this giant dead tree in the middle of it that's looks like something could go in there. So I'm like, let me go look in that tree and see if this my disc fell into that dead tree. And sure enough, at the base of the tree, buried under leaves, I see this little like 2x2 section of my disc poking out. So I grab my disc and I just walk back to the pavilion by myself and, just kind of recoup, and I open the back of my trunk and I sit there and, just to be by myself. And Pat, you come over, we kind of start chatting. Ross came over and asked if I had hurt my back. So it was pretty nice to everybody who thought that my round was because I hurt myself again. So I appreciate you all for that. That was very nice that you thought that was what it was. Joe came over and was very a little concerned. So it was nice. It was nice to see that. But after lunch, I was putting with Corey for a little bit. We talked a little bit, and then I went out, and I don't really have any highlights from round 2. Like nothing stood out to me as actually no, I have one highlight. On hole 10, to get redemption back on that hole, I threw the same disc again, and I was 10 feet to the left of Duncan CTP, which was right in the gap. I probably had like a 35-foot putt for birdie, which I caged, didn't make it. But that was probably the highlight. Other than that, it was just my second round was just really good, consistent golf. I didn't make any stupid errors. My putt was a little bit better, but not crazy good. But I ended up shooting 15 strokes better, and it was +1. And my rating between the 2 rounds was 141 points different.
So that's a -4?
Yeah, would have been a -4. Yeah.
Not too shabby.
I love this math. That's great math.
It's the best math I've ever, 100%.
Yeah, it's called AM math.
Also, Tim, thank you for the electrolytes. Thank you for thinking of me. And Evan, thank you for thinking of me as well. He had these caffeine electrolyte jelly beans, which I've never seen in my life, and they had me buzzing. So
You're welcome.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
But yeah, as Evan said, awesome course, awesome event. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good people to play with. One thing I didn't say on my second round, I played with Mike Zancelli again and Mike Warner, Highland Mike Warner, and both of them are awesome to play with. It was a really good round, even though I know Mike Warner Warner didn't play the best, but, he was fun, always keeping lighthearted and making jokes. It was a good time.
So you played with Mike Sancelli both rounds?
Yes, I did.
Do you know what he shot both rounds, number-wise?
He shot exactly +9 both rounds, and he'll tell you he played way better than +9 both rounds.
I just meant his actual number score, 69 and 69.
Oh, was it 69? I didn't see that. Oh,
A man of culture. He knows what he's doing.
I'm sure he bogeyed a hole just to make sure that number stayed the same.
How'd your round go, Pat?
So my rounds, in round 1, I played with Corey, who spells his first name correctly, Donahue, or Donahoe.
Wait, there's another Corey?
Yeah, he was playing MA3. I also played with Highland Mike Warner. He played MA2, and I can attest to what Tim said. He was always fun to play with. And I played with Joe Karen, who I ended up playing with both rounds. In round 2, I played with Doug Eli, who I knew from doing coursework at Greenville, and of course, Evan. As far as my first round, I learned pretty quickly that in an open field, Joe Karen can throw farther than I can. He has a bit more consistent approach game, and as we all probably knew, he's a much better putter. Even more so because I use those damn player pack putters for the event, but not my wisest decision, but it only cost me like a stroke or two. So the fact that I was only down 6 strokes after round 1 is a testament to my continuing mastery of old man golf. I was pleasantly surprised how I did on the open fields and a little disappointed in the woods. So for round 2, I was focused more on improving my wood score and just hoping I still had the stamina to match what I did in the open hole. But for every wooded hole that I improved on, a different hole got me. So I basically matched my wood score from round 1, maybe even added a stroke. Then on the open holes, I did about the same, but I added a couple strokes from, nobody really talked about it. There was like an unpredictable wind. It wasn't a heavy wind. It wasn't a bad wind. Just every once in a while, it would just pick up a little bit.
Yeah, just some gust here and there.
Yeah, it would sneak up on you sometime. And I also got what I thought was a cramp, but turned out to be like a slightly pulled hamstring. It didn't affect most throws, except for on the throw that it happened. Lost a stroke or two on the last couple holes because I had a shot to tie for second place. I hadn't really looked at the scores since we came out of the woods, and I saw that I had about the same score.
What hole did you start on, if you don't mind me asking?
8 in the first round and 6 in the second. But I looked at the scores when I came out of the woods, and I did see that Tim was at +1 and that I hadn't really improved in the woods. But we had like holes 4 and 5 left, and Joe Karen points out, he's like, hey, you're 1 stroke away from second. And at that point, Doug was in like a rough spot. So I proceeded to burn one in the ground and screw up my chance to pick up a stroke. On hole 5, I had a decent second shot, cleared the rock wall by a few feet, but I was up against a tree, a foot farther or shorter, and I had a pretty clear line to the basket, but I couldn't make much of it. So my next shot had to be even more aggressive to try for the tie, and I threw it too hard. So instead of losing second by 1 stroke, I lost it by 2. I don't know if my thoughts would have changed had I known Tim was right on my ass, but probably not.
Was it round 1 or round 2 where you told me that you caught up only because I was talking, and then Joe told me you guys could hear everything I was saying?
Round 1, we were on 18, and I think you were on hole 1, and I could hear you as if you were right next to me.
Sounds about right.
And then we were on hole 1, and I think you were on hole 2, and you were arguing with Lenny while I was trying to putt. I don't think you were overly loud. I think it was positional. You know what I mean? Like, those are some wavy hills, and I think in that corner, there's some weird...
You don't have to excuse it. I'm a very
Pat's
loud
being
person.
really nice.
Yeah, I'm a very loud
I was going to
person.
say...
I was telling people, like, Eric's hard of hearing, and he's very excited.
I get very excited for everybody and people's good shots, and I wasn't yelling at Lenny. I think I was just talking very loudly and excitedly about it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not Dennis.
I'm not Dennis, but I am very loud, and I'm apparently a very recognizable voice. I just had to ask because I'm like, wait, what?
And for the record, you can read.
I can count at least. I know numbers.
Well, not when you're looking at them and somebody's calling them out, but, you know,
True.
because you did miss a
Shit.
ticket, so...
For the picture, not really thinking too hard about it. Peter's like yelling 3, 2, and I'm like, of course, couldn't hear anything. And I just see people in a group, and I'm running over, and I like slid in, and all I heard was just smack, which was my knee slamming on the concrete. And Evan was like, "Was that your elbow?" But no, it was my knee, and yeah, that was for the rest of the day. That was fun. So it was worth it, though. I got in the picture.
Nice. My go-to is just go to the back row behind all the tall people.
That's my go-to.
Yeah, well, you don't, because you're one of them. If my head peeks over your shoulder, I'm good.
I think someone covered my head with their disc when they held it up. I forget who.
Nice. FA1, Women's Amateur 1, Megan Bursell won that division. Mixed Amateur 1, Corey, I met little AB. He introduced himself to me.
Oh, really? You guys haven't met before?
No, I didn't. I couldn't have picked him out of a lineup, but yeah, he came over and he said, "Yeah, just so you know, I'm little AB." Like, oh, that's cool.
Nice.
And he said when they're out in the field, I forget what he said, but he's like, "I'm sorry, no."
Yeah, Ant does do a pretty good Pat Keenan. I'm sorry, no.
But he came in second place, shot a -5. Chandler Harvey shot a -4 for third place, but Keegan Maracabelli is your winner, shot a -14. Jason, do you know Keegan at all?
Nope.
Did you meet him on the day or did you talk to him at all?
Just a little bit. First time ever seeing him or knowing him. He also got the ace of the day, but didn't pay in the ace spot.
No, really?
Yeah, he aced hole 13.
You win some,
he
you
wasn't
lose
in the ace
some.
spot.
He shot -7 each round. I was walking out to round 2. He just came up and he started chatting with me. I found out he's from Orchard Park, where the Bills play. So since he lives near Buffalo, he wants to get into the AM Worlds next year. He's trying to get as many tournaments as he can. I don't know if he can get there based on points this late in the year, but can he get there based on his rating and not points? Do you guys know?
I think if you're over some threshold, I want to say it's like 960 or 970 or something like that, then you get a invite based off that.
Yeah, and he's a 956, and he shot a 992 and a 989 at the tournament, so he might have a shot at that. That might have been what he had said. I couldn't remember the rating he said. I don't think 970 would be practical, so I think he was thinking maybe 960. But yeah, also playing it blind, so that's pretty impressive.
So if you're rated 970 or higher, as of the February ratings update, you get the top priority. If you're rated 960 or higher, then you get like the second tier, and then the third tier is points.
Okay, so I bet that's probably what he's aiming for. That, but still, that's kind of cool. It came all the way down from Buffalo. I was just trying to mess it up.
Oh, is that how downstaters say it?
I don't know. I'm sure somebody says that. MP40 Mixed Pro 40 looks like Dan Eigner and Tim Giardini tied for second at -5, and it was won by Raffle Man Extraordinaire, Peter Lundstedt.
Yeah, who donated all his winnings back.
Nice. Over in the MPO division, Jason, how was your round?
I was struggling with some really bad back pain the entire day, which I think actually helped me play better. I think instead of like really getting into my drives, I was a little bit more reserved, and I still have this kind of yips thing where I like to grip lock, but I was pretty good at scrambling and made most of my putts, had some decent putts. So overall, I was happy. I got in cash. I was one stroke away from tying Justin Muccelli and getting the one tag, but yeah, he outplayed me. So.
Well, I'm surprised the one tag was there. Usually people get the one tag and they go on hibernation mode, especially this late in the season.
Yeah.
Who could have been such a gentleman to bring that to the tournament?
It was some dude in a pink hoodie. I don't know.
Yeah, weirdo.
The cooler.
I do appreciate the 1 and the 2 tags showing up for the event. That's pretty epic to see in October. Yeah, so I had a good time. Greenville Stonewall Classic. It's not like Minekill. Minekill, make that tournament like the premier pro event, trying to create something special for pros in the area. This Stonewall Classic is a different motive. This is more about just enjoying the tournament and showcasing the course and stuff. So I think it went well. I had fun. I hope everybody else did.
One other question. Is it true? I got to remember the whole. Okay, you're in the woods after the little tunnel shot. The first one where you start out of bounds, not the one that goes uphill, the one that it bends to the left. What hole was that?
Hole
12.
Okay, so is it true, Jason, that on hole 12, every time you play around, you add a rock to that barrier in front of us?
Including during lunch that day.
I've been accused of that so many times. I've never added one rock to that. Like that one.
We were talking to Doug about it. I don't know.
Doug accused me that Doug plays it like the course like 5 times a day, and he's like, "How many rocks do you keep adding to this?" I'm like, "I've never put one rock on that wall."
I've never heard it, but I'm going to keep spreading that rumor.
Well, now I might start putting rocks on there. So.
You should.
After lunch, it looked at least one rock higher. I'm just saying.
One other question. Great shooting in the second round, by the way. That 999, which is a super awesome score, and it happened to somebody I think last week or the week before. It's like,
Randy,
can't they just round it? Just round it up.
Yeah,
great shooting.
I'm good. I haven't shot my rating. It's like June or July, so I've been not playing very well, and it felt really good to actually shoot 2 rounds well over my rating. So
yeah, you did great.
Yeah, I mean, playing on a course that you design helps, but
well,
yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned it. What is your personal best on that layout?
I think what I shot second round, what was that? Was it 9 down?
52.
8 down. Yeah, I think 8 down's probably my best. And like the way the course is in a little bit different positions than it was last year. I think it's harder now. I think hole 16 is harder than T1, and I think hole 2 is harder, or at least the same as the old 13P.
And I do think round 2 was rated harsher than round 1. So if you had shot that -8 in round 1, you probably would have got the 1,000.
Yeah, I think there was a bunch of people there that were playing the course blind. Like I think Ethan, I played on a card with him. He hadn't played the course before, so he didn't do that great. But then round 2, I think he knew how to score on it, and he did much better. So that's probably why the ratings were lower the second round, which I had him winning it, and that didn't happen. Nobody, closest person was Joe Karen. He got 3 out of the 5.
And he also made his prediction after all the people that ended up signing up late got in too. So
he also chose himself, which is not a bad idea.
Yeah. Picking Duncan was kind of like a late advantage.
When did he sign up?
Like a day or two before.
He played it blind as well, I think.
No, yeah, we practiced the day before, but blind
he
enough.
lied. Liar. Correspondent.
No, not
Duncan.
Joe Karen. He's talking about Duncan.
Oh, well, shit.
Joe Karen did play blind, but
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, that's pretty good.
yeah, he shot even the first round. It was very impressive.
Or as I like to call that, 5 down.
yeah, exactly. I like to call it that too.
Yeah, so I'll just do a shout out. If you haven't played the course and you're interested, I think right now is probably the best time to play it because there's temp T signs up. I pulled the OB on 18, but it's pretty obvious where it is. And yeah, after, when summer comes around, those field holes won't be available. So now's the time of year to check it out.
Awesome.
Jason, I got a question for course design for you on that course.
Sure.
How do you find hole 2 in that? Like, did you know that orchard was back there, or like, because you can tell you dug that out of the brambles.
You can tell he had his daughters dig that out.
Yeah, you could tell there was a lot of manual labor back there. Like, how do you find that hole?
You have to have an imagination, and you have to be able to see between like smaller trees. And if Jamie were on, he could attest to it too. Like if you go into a really thick, brushy area, you got to kind of look at like the canopies above, look at what trees are already dead that are going to die. And like I found that stone wall, and actually there's a large part of that stone wall that I don't think anybody saw, but like right off the tee to your left, there's a gorgeous wall there. And I'm hoping in the next year or two to take all that brush out, expose that. Yeah, I kind of just wandered every square inch of the property for like a long time. That's why the course has taken so long to get in. I'm trying to fine tune the design, but I know every square inch of that property like the back of my hand. And that area there kind of checked a lot of boxes. It was a good way to add in a hole that connected. And it's also a hole that we can play all year round because there's no farm field there. It has the like stone wall. It has those overgrown apple trees. It has a lot of features that I think will make a good hole. So when I found it, played around with different fairways there and kept moving it. In fact, I moved the basket like a few days before the event too. I moved it back because I had it closer, and I was like, I think it, like just playing it plays better a little bit farther back. And in my head, I have this much longer hole design where you can actually throw over the stone wall on the left. And like to show somebody that, you need to have like a pretty good imagination to visualize everything like cut in and stuff. But once that's cut in, I think there'll be like a good risk reward shot going over the stone wall, pretending it's OB. And then like after you finish hole 2, if you walk up that hill and then there's like the trail, there's some potential there for like a nice fairway. I don't know if that answered your question or not.
No, it does, because it's an all like those I was talking to Evan about it when we were playing, and just like it looks like an angry orchard when you're back there because like the overgrown apple trees, like you said. It's a really cool hole because it's similar to hole 13, but a completely different environment. Like it's that low tree branch, but it's completely different trees. It adds a completely different shot to it because it's a little bit further. It was really cool. I just like I when I go through parks and stuff, like I can imagine what fairways look like if you were just to take out a little brush in here. But looking at what the path from 2 back to the main path where you start 3, I don't see how you see a hole there. So that's what I was just wondering. I'm like, how did you find this? Which was really awesome.
Yeah, there's some holes that jump out and are really obvious, and then there's other ones that I think you have to find. And the one that really jumped out at me that was so obvious is what's now hole 9. It's like that downhill forehand one, stone wall.
Yep.
Like we didn't cut down anything for that. And you step up on the top of that hill and it just looks like a natural fairway going down.
100%.
But yeah, some of the other ones just took a lot more imagination.
I did hear from Jamin about the Stonewall Classic. He said, very well run tournament. Wish I did better. How'd you do, Corey?
Not great. I was, coming in off my win at Heiser. I was hoping to keep it rolling. My putter were feeling good and was hoping to just kind of keep hitting those woods lines. Some of those field holes, the only way I'm going to birdie them is by literally throwing like 2 max, like PR max distance shots. So I know I'm not going to shoot 10 or 12 down, but I feel like I could throw 8-ish if I wanted to. Starting round 1, I birdied hole 2. We get to hole 4, which is kind of a shorter par 4, definitely a one you're trying to get in the MPO field. The basket's like 10 feet from OB, and my approach shot skipped short of the basket and it landed on the rock wall on like a low section of it. And I think I was OB by like maybe half a disc, basically a tap in par, which I wasn't too mad at, although, I would have rather had the birdie. Hole 5 is a pretty tough par 4. You got to get a good drive out distance and positionally. And then you got to hit like a tight hole through a tree line to approach the basket. So I was happy to get that one. Hole 6, the first hole in the woods, is a downhill tight tunnel, probably a putter shot.
AVR X3.
Yeah, my move on it is to stand in the front right of the tee pad and then throw a forehand with a wraith through a line that most people would probably say, what are you even trying to aim for? But I was able to birdie it both times. So I think, twice or its luck applies there.
That's fair.
Then we get to hole 9, which is this downhill shot that people were talking about, kind of a little bit of a dog. It's actually more of a straight shot that you don't have to move right on. But I missed a simple like 15-foot, 20-foot straddle putt that I was a little annoyed at myself for missing. I don't think that carried into the next hole, but as I already said, at hole 10, I threw a shot that I thought was perfect. And then we looked for a long time. We were kind of getting backups anyway, so we spent a little extra time looking for it and, couldn't find it. So I had to re-tee and ended up taking a 5 on a hole that I thought I maybe could have got a 2, worst case 3. So I ended up taking this lost disc penalty, and I don't have that disc anymore, which I don't think that I was really going to plan on throwing it for the rest of the round anyways, but I was at least looking to throw it again round 2. I was pretty upset at that point. I kind of felt like, it's only one hole, but the combination of missing the last putt and knowing that I need to get like all the birdies I can and not make mistakes, I kind of felt like it kind of ruined my tournament already looking at the field. So whatever, finished the round out with a couple more birdies and a 4-down round. I think at that point I was sitting 1 stroke off the cash in 5th place behind Justin and Jason. Had a nice long lunch. Going out into round 2, I had a much colder round, not getting a single birdie until hole 4, the one that I went OB on previously, and then only getting a few in the woods. I just didn't move up the leaderboard enough. Finishing on holes 18 and 1, I think at this point, basically I was way out of the cash. The only challenge I was giving myself was to beat David Koch, who I kind of have like a little friendly rivalry with whenever we're at the same event. And round 1, I cleared the OB on 18 pretty easily. Round 2, I think it was a bit windier and the wind was a little bit more swirly. I thought I cleared the OB. It's kind of hard to believe that you can throw over those bushes and then still not clear the out of bounds line, but I was probably short of clearing by like a foot or 2. So ended up taking a 6 on that hole after having kind of a loosey-goosey approach to the basket as well. And then finishing on, I took a single bogey on that one. And then finishing on hole 1, for someone that has a serviceable forehand, it's just like a stock forehand hyzer. And I short armed it, came up super short. I had literally no way to even try to give the basket a run. The best thing I could do was like lay up like 15 feet left of the basket. And I had this little straddle putt for par, I think at that point, to basically tie David. And I airballed it or whiffed it. I don't think I hit the basket. So I took a bogey on one of the easier holes in the course to basically come second from last, although the scores were pretty tight for most of the MPO field.
Take out that wonky hole 10 and you're kind of in the mix for stuff.
Yeah, I kind of talked about, Tim talked about hole 8 a little bit. I watched Kyle kind of struggle on that one with some pretty unfortunate tree kicks. And afterwards, with my lost disc penalty, I asked Kyle, like, did you ever feel like, like one hole takes you out of the tournament? Kind of like talking about myself, but also making a joke to him. Obviously, one hole doesn't ever do it to you unless you take like a 10 on it. But I wish I could have had that one back. Or actually, what I really wish is I just didn't make it into the OB stream, and I actually had a birdie putt on it. But throw a little bit better next time, I suppose. But yeah, no, great course. I love the views. The weather was perfect. Game wasn't as perfect, so I feel like maybe by next year I'll unlock an extra 30 feet of distance. Maybe I'll have to start throwing a 139 gram beast and maybe give it a better run.
I was going to point out, you said hole 1. It is a pretty stock forehand, but it's also, if you overshoot or undershoot, you can get into some trouble. So it's got trick to it.
Yeah, you got to be, there's a level of precision to it that obviously comes with, reps and kind of learning what disc works well. But yeah, it's just one of those holes. Like I felt more bummed about not birdieing hole 1 than I did birdieing hole 2, which is almost half the distance.
I get that.
More technical and, not as much ceiling, but.
Well, I mean, because you've got a pretty good forehand from what they tell me. So yeah, it makes sense.
I don't know who's lying to you, but I'll call it serviceable. I got a serviceable forehand.
Yeah. So it looks like there was a tie for 4th at -11 between Parker Scambati and Ethan Hatters. Jason came in 3rd at -13. Justin Michelli came in 2nd place with -14. And the winner of the 2nd annual Stonewall Classic at -18, Duncan Farquharson. Any other comments?
Very well run.
Thanks for the pizza. How many pizzas was that?
Yeah, 15.
A lot of pizza.
Oh, somebody said 40.
There was definitely not 40.
That would be like 1 pizza per person. That felt like a lot.
Yeah, or more.
It seems like you're always doing the pizza. Is there some deal you got going on with a local pizzeria?
No, pizza's easy. It's like, I don't know, like it's just super easy. You don't have to.
Everybody loves pizza, and if you don't love pizza, then get the.
Yeah.
But the free lunch was really nice. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's huge because even though there's stuff around, you don't want to have to bounce out, and you can if you want to. But Peter was awesome. Peter, shout out Peter. Great job, Peter.
Jason, shout out your daughters for doing the raffle. They were awesome.
Yeah, they got into it.
Peter did the raffle. Who does he run that for? What's the organization?
Forever Young, to remember like disc golfers that we've lost over the years. So he kind of rotates it around. He does a Forever Young tournament. It's a separate tournament that he hosts each year, and he does it in a different area. So this year he did it at Heiser Creek. He did a doubles event up there. It was awesome. And all the funds that were raised from that event went to the J Park White Tees. I mean, if you haven't been to one of his raffles, like you're missing out. The guy is like the best raffleier, whatever they're called, that I've ever seen. He gets people pumped right from the get-go when he's naming the sponsors. He gets them like on beat, and then it's incredible.
Every sponsor gets one clap.
Yeah. To get 39 adults to like clap and sing is pretty cool.
I can't do it.
I thought Eric was going to piss himself by the end.
Dude, I can't. Like 3/4 of the way through, I'm like just shocked at how well everyone's behaving. It's amazing. And I just start dying laughing. It's incredible.
Last year, I'm looking, it said there were 26 players, and weren't there like 40-something prizes last year?
53.
Thank you.
Yep.
Podcast historian.
Yeah, what the fuck?
The prize that pen is still legible in the back of your hand.
Are you watching Judge Wapner right now?
Unless we're doing trivia about the podcast, then he's like, So this year, there were 39 players. Do we know how many prizes there were this year?
I think there was 40-something to start, and then I added like a Innova bag, a hoodie, a couple Brian Allen discs. So I'm not sure what we ended up with total.
Nice. I think even Mikey Botlez, I think he donated some. I don't know if it went to the raffle or not, but so there was a bit of controversy at the raffle I would like to address. It seems at one point a certain section of the pavilion was winning a lot of prizes.
Like all of them.
Well, I can tell you this. First of all, Erich won well more than I did. I bought a thing of tickets, and at some point during the round, I thought I was cramping, but it turns out I pulled something, so I wasn't getting up. And I've got more discs than I know what to do with, so I didn't really want anything. So Tim was there, and Mikey Botlez was there, and Evan was there, but he was away. And I was like, so if I win anything, Tim, you're getting first, Mike's getting second, Evan's getting third. And Erich had been winning throughout the night, so...
Well, no. I got one win. I walked up to get my win, and I'm looking through the disc, and it goes quiet, and all I hear is Tim go, "He can't read." And I'm like, what did I ever do to you?
You did have a winning ticket that you missed. It was going once, twice, 3 times, and then it was like, oh, you had it.
It's 2 sleeves, and it's a raffle. But I got the disc I wanted, and then I did the same thing. I gave a ticket to you, and then the disc that I knew Lenny wanted, I gave to him. He said he was so sad to see me walk away with it, but then I threw it to him, and he was over the moon. So it's always a fun raffle.
After winning a couple times, Erich came over to where we were hanging out, and then he started really winning. at one point, Joe Karen came over, and within 30 seconds, he won. So it started to become a thing to come over to the table until Corey comes over, and then we had like a 10-minute dry spell.
The cooler.
Yeah, he became the cooler.
But then I left and then started winning again. It was
No,
like a balance.
it was once I left, the table started
Yeah.
winning again.
Was that before or after Pat won again and handed the winning ticket over Corey's head
Well-
to Tim?
Yeah.
Tim got something, Mike got something, and Evan got something. And then I'm in my head thinking, oh, I just go right to Tim again. I didn't realize Corey was literally right next to me, and I kind of just put it over his head. I have to hand it up to Tim anyway. But the good news is Corey then decided, well, I think my time here is done, and he left and then immediately won something. So it wasn't so bad, but I did feel kind of like,
But yeah, that's how many prizes there were at this raffle, everybody.
yeah.
Enough to give away.
Yeah. Then I started using Eric's because he was just wandering around, and I'm handing other people Eric's tickets because
Sounds
he was
about right.
still winning. So yeah, it was definitely a success.
But you'd imagine that giving away whatever 500 prizes would take a while, and it did at Heiser. But I'm pretty sure Jason's kids were the sole reason why it did not take until sundown.
They
were
had
just
it
rifling the
down
numbers out.
perfectly. They would read it and then they repeat the final 3 digits. Like they were professionals.
Yeah, it was very well run.
Alternating too, they each wanted a turn, so they were like eager to go next.
Last year I came out with a hat, and I like hats, so there was one hat on the table, and that was like, if I win, I'm hoping to get that hat. And then runner-up prizes will be like whale sacks, because whale sacks are always nice to have. I don't need any more frisbees or whatever. And all these numbers getting called, nothing, none of mine. Finally, like I don't know, probably like within the last 5 to 10 prizes, my number gets called, and it was actually Peter had a set of prizes that were free for all prizes, and then every now and then he would hand select a prize to call the number 4. And I got a Firebird that I think Jason mentioned. It was, I don't know what the significance is. It was signed by somebody. I don't know if it was his artwork or whatever, but it was some non-Halo bullshit, and I ain't about that life. So I won that. And wait, Eric, did you get the hat? Did I trade you? Who did I trade?
No,
Forgot who I traded.
Wasn't that Nick?
Oh, it was Nick Salvano. Yeah. Nick Salvano, Roman Gnome, shout out. Mr. Mustache. He wanted the disc more than the hat, and I wanted the hat more than the disc. So a little bit of a gentleman's agreement. We both came out as winners. But yeah, that's all I got.
I made a little raffle trade too when Pat gave me one of his tickets. I was about to grab some disc, and Tim J walked up and said, "Do you want this trail? Because I want those socks." And I said, "Sure." So I got a trail, and he got socks.
Isn't
Fucking
it weird
swap
that
shop.
socks are an article of clothing, yet somehow they just always fit?
Well, they're roughly foot shaped, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, you wouldn't just like, okay, we got one shirt up here as a raffle. Like, I'm going for that without ever knowing the size. But socks, you can kind of get away with it.
There's a range with socks. You know what I mean? There's small socks, but if you get like right in the middle, most everybody can fit them.
I don't want to single you out, Evan, but I think you're the shortest one on the panel right now. What size shoe do you wear?
I wear a Nike 10.
Oh, okay. So you're a little.
But that's an Adidas 8.
Yeah, you're proportionate.
What?
Nike 10.
That's AM math.
I confidently buy a 10 in Nike, and I think that translates pretty closely to 10, 10 and a half in other brands.
Just a little narrower. That's all.
Tim, could you even walk into a store and come out with shoes without pre-order?
Nowadays, yeah, but when I was a kid, no way. It used to be miserable. I was wearing like dad New Balances.
Bro was in
because of my
elementary
feet.
school shopping in the big and tall section for men.
Yeah, it was miserable. But yeah, no, nowadays I can find shoes pretty easily. But back in the day, no way. There were, like the 12 was the largest you could find in the store.
As soon as the raffle was over, everybody like was gone, and I'm like, oh man, I've been sitting here with this cramp in my leg for an hour. I didn't really want to get up right away.
I do want to give a shout out to the players too. After the event, I do the same thing in Minekill. I kind of go through the course, and if anybody leaves anything behind, like I don't think anybody intentionally litters, but sometimes there's just garbage and stuff out there. I walked the entire course, not a single piece of trash or anything from the disc golfers. The course was like in perfect shape. So appreciate everybody just like carry in, carry out, and taking care of the course.
Absolutely. Nice. Any final comments or any questions for Jason?
Yeah, any feedback?
Keep doing it.
Great course,
Yeah,
great
yeah,
tournament. Love the layout, love the variety. Yeah.
If the amount of improvement between last year and this year goes into next year, forget about it. You're going to be done. I mean, obviously you'll probably never be done, but you know what I mean.
All he has to do is guarantee we'll have the same weather and not the weather we had the first year, and that's good enough.
Yeah. It's very weather sensitive course.
Well, I think it's also a weather sensitive time of year too. You know, it could be cold, could be rainy, could be beautiful. So
Just a weather sensitive sport, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saturday was like the perfect weather for me. Like I love hoodie, sweatshirt weather. You can like have it on in the morning, and if you get too hot, you take it off. And yeah, like it wasn't peak foliage, but some of those holes were looking really good. Like hole 1 and hole 17, there was some pretty spectacular foliage. So I love it.
I wouldn't know. I was too focused on my shots, you know.
And yeah, I got a good photo of Corey to make a meme with, so that made my day too.
That's always a good thing. Nice.
You guys get the reference there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
of course.
Uncle Rico.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything coming up? You got anything you're playing anytime soon?
Team challenge. You guys probably talk about that. I was halfway signed up for the turkey throwdown, and then you guys started asking me questions. No, I'm kind of, like I said, really busy at work. So until I like backfill my old position and hire some people, I think I'm be kind of tied up at work.
You got the promotion?
I did, yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks. So now I'm still got 2 jobs to do, but it's fine.
Any word on the Summer Battle Royale, as we are pretty solidly into fall now?
Oh, that's still going? Damn.
As long as we do it before the snow flies, and even then, as long as we finish it by the time the snow melts, I think we'll be good.
So, Corey, I'll be working in Cohoes this week, Tuesday through Friday.
Yep. I mean, I'm free all week. Got another week of PTO on the calendar, so
Okay.
maybe we'll meet at CTK.
All right. If like for some reason I think I'm going to get out at every single time, I'll shoot you a message.
All I need is about an hour and a half notice.
Okay, I could do that.
Corey, where's he working out of?
Co-host.
All right, I'm going to start saying Crescent. Accurate.
They'll figure a way to make that sound dirty too. Don't worry. All right. Well, thank you, Jason. Thanks
All right,
for
thanks for having me, guys, and
coming
thanks for everybody that came. And hope to see you guys next year.
Thanks, Jason.
All right. So that is the 2025 Stonewall Classic, second annual 2025 Stonewall Classic, as opposed to last year was the inaugural, right, Eric?
That's correct. I actually thought about that.
Mm-hmm. So our other big event, we had New England Team Challenge, the Stony Killers at the Bammers. Where are the Bammers from?
The Bammers are based out of Pyramids, which is a course at Marshall Street Disc Golf Shop. It's right near Maple Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's heard of Marshall Street, probably.
Heard of it, haven't been.
But yeah, they have a course right on premise. It's a pretty nice one. Although I feel like a lot of people pass it over because, you know, Maple Hill's right there. But it's a very solid course. I had played it ages ago, a couple years back, and they've redone it a little bit since then. But it's a nice course. Yeah.
Bammers are pretty good, right? That's a name I've seen before, or no?
Bammers are a team that moved up from E-Pool last year. I'm not sure. I think you're thinking of the Bombers.
That might be. Yeah, okay.
Which have been in C-Pool for a while now, if I remember correctly. Jamin would be able to tell me a little bit better. But yeah, they moved up. They've got a very solid team. And looking at their roster, looking at their ratings, it's going to be a tough one going to their course. And trying to come out with a win is going to be real difficult. Nothing too exciting on the way in. They had a nice little breakfast spread, orange juice, coffee, sausage and eggs and sort of stuff like that.
How long of a drive for you is that?
Pretty much 2 hours on the dot. Nothing too insane, mostly right down 90. Pretty calm overall. Got our singles pairings in. I think we did pretty well in pairings. Just looking at the numbers, we gave ourselves a good chunk of chances to win in singles matches when they're outranking us a bit when it comes to ratings, especially at their home course. And, had things gone a little bit differently, this might have been a whole different story going into doubles. But mine was definitely a mismatch in their favor. He had a good 40 ratings points on me, but every time he seemed to mess up, I also messed up. And every time I messed up, he just didn't, which is not exactly what you want when you're trying to win a game. It's sort of the continuation of my struggles with tournaments where I seem to be scrambling really well, but getting off the tee and getting myself birdie opportunities is just not where I need it to be. But super nice guy to play with. Played with Joe Jaskolka, who also lost, unfortunately, but put up a good fight.
But 40 rating points on their home turf, that's like 60 rating points, no?
Yeah, but I feel like my rating is deflated at the moment just because I have been playing poorly recently. I feel like I'm better than that, but at a certain point I got to accept that if I keep playing at that level, then I got to accept that my rating is going to show it, and maybe it's somewhat accurate, but yeah.
I get you. Randy, who'd you play?
So I played Cody Kingman, who's the captain of their team. and this was, I found out a call out. I played against him a couple of years ago when we were in E-Pool at Stony Kill, and I can't remember the score, but I beat him comfortably, and I didn't know that he was like undefeated for that season, and apparently that was like a big deal, and I just played a normal round at Stony Kill and was able to beat him.
So bro's been at home for a year sharpening a knife until this day.
Yeah, basically.
He's got that Steve Buscemi list with Randy on there.
Yeah.
Multiple years, because we haven't been in E-Pool for 2 or 3 years.
Oh,
at this
yeah,
point.
yeah.
But I've run into him a handful of times at tournaments and stuff. Like, we're on a first name basis kind of thing. And apparently, like, he was planning to play me. That was pretty funny. It started off good. I almost immediately, though, like 2 holes in, I laid up into OB. There's like almost no OB on that course. And then there's this like 200-foot hole. And to make it difficult, they have like a rope line of OB that's like on the ground. And apparently it's a rope the same color as pine straw.
It is the most invisible OB line I have ever seen. I had to literally unbury the OB line to check if I was in or out on that hole.
Sorry, what hole is that?
15, maybe.
15 pyramids, something like that. It's towards the end of the course. It's one of the wooded ones that's sort of near the building.
I played there today for the first time ever, so I'm trying to remember what you're talking about.
So, Evan, it sounds like you were out of bounds. Anyway.
You could have been. That OB line was like 5 feet from the basket and completely invisible.
Yeah, literally 5 feet. As I walked up, I could see it off to my left like pretty early. So I thought it was just a straight line, which would have made it more like 25, 30 feet away from the basket if it continued in a straight line, but it actually tapered down. But yeah, like each of us had like 45 footers and I was out by a little bit. So I just gave it like a half run bid and it, hyzered out and went to like, no joke, 9 feet away. And Cody's like, that's OB. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I had no clue. So that was just a freebie for him. He got to just lay that one up and take the hole on me. And then we did a ton of pushes. I didn't take a point on him until I got an eagle on hole 5, I think, it's only like 450 feet, but it's kind of a tunnel and there's a river and yada, yada. But whatever, I threw a good shot and I hit a 30-foot putt and got an eagle just to get my only point on him the whole round. It was just one of those rounds. It was mostly pushes. The few times I was parked in the basket, he would hit like a silly putt to push the hole for birdies. And I ended up losing 4 and 2, but the last hole when I was dormy, I had to birdie some really awkward hole and hit every tree. So I kind of gave that one up for free, but it was still super fun. But now we're 1 and 1. So I'll hopefully rematch him at finals or something.
Yeah. On a neutral course, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
So what about their spread?
Spread was good.
Yeah. Spread was great.
Yeah. Had lots of good things. I had the steak fajitas. That was a pretty good one.
Yeah. They set up their spread in the old store. So like if you've been to Marshall Street, the store used to be in the basement of the house. That's where the potluck is now, which is pretty cool. And they still have some of their stock like set up in there. So yeah, great spread. I'm sure it's even better in the middle of winter when you can actually kind of hang out in there and eat.
Nice. Back to round 1 real quick. I do see looks like Mindy Potts got a win, Kat Bemis got a win, Megan Mercier got a win.
Yep, that was one of our advantages going into this was our ladies were rated pretty dang well, and they seemed like they had pretty favorable matchups into their ladies. So we tried to leverage that whenever possible.
Heck yeah. You've got Tyler v. Tyler. Looks like Tyler won that. The Cannon.
Unfortunately, it's the wrong Tyler.
Hey, it was the right Tyler that day.
Yeah, he was the right Tyler for that matchup, but he was the wrong Tyler for Randy, unfortunately. Yeah, we had a couple of interesting people who were out to throw off our classic doubles pairings. So yeah, we had to mix some things around for doubles, but I think we worked out something that looked pretty good one way or another.
So they got you by 4 going into round 2. Were they all dubs? Is there singles in there too?
Yeah, so there were 21 people. So that means we have to have either a triples or a singles. We asked them if they wanted to do triples or singles or what they wanted to do. They said they just wanted to do singles. So that's fine. Yeah,
So with that in mind, what do you guys have to win with the singles and all that? How many would you have to win?
So they can win up to 8 points. So they can win 4 doubles matches, and then we would have to win 7 matches, 6 of which are doubles and 1 would be singles.
Okay.
Or if we won 7 doubles, that would work too. We needed to win most of them for sure.
I'm guessing you play with Sam?
I did. Yeah, I'm very much continuing my streak of not being off the tee very well. I mentioned to Jamin midweek, I got to figure out some way to practice these things because clearly whatever I'm doing, just trying to play rounds as much as possible is not working. So we'll figure something out, and hopefully I'll improve and get there. But that was sort of the story for our doubles rounds, is we just did not have the birdie opportunities that we needed, especially against, people who really know the course. One thing they did interesting was they played the long layout for singles and then the short layout for doubles. So basically a lot of the short holes were, must get birdies. And, when you've got two locals on there, they're going to be much more likely to hit those must get birdies than, people who are coming in for the first time or, only played there a handful of times. But yeah, that was sort of the story for myself and Sam, was we just did not get the birdies that we needed to. And they were also nailing putts, basically everything inside 30 and most of the things inside 40, 50 were dropping for those guys. That isn't to say we didn't have the opportunities. We just didn't capitalize when they made the mistakes.
Randy, who'd you play with?
So I played with Connor Eckhart, who was my partner last week at Mindkill. So like Alex was saying, yeah, it's birdie or die. And I think Connor maybe ate too much lunch or something, because he basically hit first available on our first 7 holes. And luckily I didn't. I was able to get a bunch of birdies. And yeah, we kept it super close the whole match. Our final hole, we just had a 20-footer to win, and we both just did not make that putt. Both of us missed chain high right side, and ended up going to a playoff, which we lost. So it was kind of a rough one, but I don't know. It was a fun course to play. I really was happy playing that match. Our opponents were, a driver and a putter, and golly, they not big putted us, but they hit 60 footers 4 or 5 times during that round, when we had 20 footers or something, where we thought we were just, taking the hole. And it was pretty demoralizing to just get those big putts on us so many times.
I do see Mindy and Kat won their match. Megan won her match. So the women, their shoulders are probably sloping by Sunday. Probably hurting.
Yeah.
Nick T, who's that?
Nick Terralavoro.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I was he won in round 1, and him is that JP?
Yep. JP mentioned that they played together for the New York Team Challenge for Wilcox. So we put them together, and they shot the hot round of the day. I believe 40 is 17 down.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, played really, really well.
I see a 40 and I'm like, man, I'd like to give them both a ribbon, but I really can't. There's nothing to say. They just kicked that. They did really well. So nice shooting by them. So they got you 14-7.
Yeah. I'm looking at the scores, and if Randy's playoff had flopped, if Erich and Austin had won theirs, which was only a 1-stroke difference, if Tyler and Kevin was only a 1-stroke difference, it's tough to tell, because sometimes those 1-stroke differences are we're up by 2, let me lay up for a par instead of going for a birdie on the last hole or something like that. But it was close enough that there's the possibility. So it's always a little bit frustrating to see those come in, because could I have done pairings a little bit differently? Could I have done something else? But we still put up a really good showing against them, and you can't expect to go into somebody else's course and beat them. I know we did it twice last year, but you can't expect it.
I got you. You hope for it, and this is your first match, right, of the year?
First match of the year for New England. Yep.
So the final 26.5 to 15.5, like you said, 11 points, but 3 matches go different, and it's a lot closer.
Yeah, if 3 doubles matches go different, that's a 12-point swing.
Exactly. Yeah. So what's your guys' next match? When and where?
I believe we have Dacey next, which Dacey is a team that we've definitely been pretty friendly with in the past. They moved up to C pool last year, and then I think they got bumped back down. But we like them. At least I'm excited to play them. I believe that's November 15th.
And where is that, did you say?
We're going to Dacey. We're going out there.
Nice to get those road ones out of the way before the weather gets crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys got time for a quiz?
I got so much time this week.
Let's do it.
You know what you should be doing right now instead of quizzing, Corey?
You
could be playing the Summer Battle Royale.
My brother did give me some glow setup stuff. I should have challenged Jason to an 11 o'clock work day mind kill round.
Exactly. He's going to be exhausted.
Sick.
Give him a little caffeine. You're good to go.
When's the last time you pulled an all-nighter, Jason? Let's do it.
How do we figure out teams? We can't do Stony Killers versus Stonewall Classic, because that would be 4-on-2, right? What else? What other?
Okay. Everyone's been watching Disc Golf Network, obviously. And you've been seeing all the ads about the, what is that betting thing? The In This Bag or whatever it's called. I don't know. We're going to do tiers. I think that's very clearly some trivia tiers as far as the players that are currently here. I would say that Alex and Randy are at a similar tier. Evan and Tim, similar tier. Me and Erich, clearly bottom tier picks.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, but yeah, you're probably right.
I'm right down there with you. So what if we split them up that way? I don't know who's on whose side, but
Wait, so like
evenly.
Yeah, you and Erich are together?
No, we're
how
separate.
No, one from each tier, presumably.
That would be terrible. Let's not do that. Actually, you show
That's
up when you
funny,
need
though.
to, Corey.
I'm a good guesser.
Okay, Erich and Corey, your
Fuck.
captains. Erich, you have the first pick. Who would you like on your team? It can't be me or Corey.
Yeah, you could pick Alex or Randy or Evan or Tim.
Whoever he picks, you get the other, and then whoever you pick, he gets the other.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is such a trick. I guess. Shit. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go Alex.
Yes.
So that means Corey gets Randy. Corey, who would you pick between Evan and Tim?
Now that it's Team Challenge season, I have to remember that I will never forgive Tim for what he did to me, so I'm taking Evan.
Oh, that's a twist. See, I was hoping you knew.
Can you explain?
Tim beat me at J Park to continue my streak of like not winning at all and getting dragged by Josh Wynn on Facebook. It's not a big thing. No, we don't go too far.
He doesn't. He barely remembers.
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's not written down over here or something on a list. But
Great. Now I'm on a list.
It probably came up on an episode.
Tim, Alex, Erich.
When I asked the question, I didn't understand, but this, like 2 seconds into your explanation, I knew exactly what you were talking about.
I'm sure you weren't fishing for content or anything, Pay. I'm sure you were.
Never. I'm sorry, no. Now I got to write this down. Since Erich picked first, Corey, it's you and who?
Randy and Evan.
Oh, wow, that's weird. It's like Rec.
Oh yeah, Rec League baby.
Mm-hmm.
So that means
That's a good Team Challenge beer.
Erich, Alex, Tim. Rec versus T. Okay.
Disco disc, that's the game. Say it loud, shout the names, spin the questions round and round. Will you land it or hit the ground?
Corey, Randy, and Evan. I got 3 categories. Would you like category 1, category 2, or category 3?
Corey, you're the captain.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to go with number 2.
All right, question 1, category 2. What slang term associated with showing off one's biceps is used to refer to well-developed arms or an Instagram handle? What slang term associated with showing off one's biceps is used to refer to well-developed arms or an Instagram handles?
I want to say flex, although the Instagram handle part is a little confusing.
Yeah, flex
2 on
was
the nose,
first,
Corey?
Flex is the first thing I thought for the first half, but I'll admit I don't use Instagram as much because I'm old.
I don't know what
He
else.
wants to say it, but I think he's afraid to.
I'm afraid to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can you say this one more time, please, Pat?
Certainly. What slang term associated with showing off one's biceps is used to refer to well-developed arms or an Instagram handle?
Is this in Corey's Instagram
Corey,
handle?
what's your Instagram?
Is it
handle?
guns?
Oh my gosh. See, I don't go on Instagram. I said that. Yeah, it sounds like it probably is. Considering
Guns.
one of these categories is going to be local disc golf, right?
Potentially.
Local disc golfers and
How
their
many Zs
social
are in
media
that?
platforms.
Oh man, Randy, you beat me. I was trying to be quiet. I wanted to ask how many Z's there were.
Do you know the whole backstory? Why there's more than one Z?
Because it was already taken.
Nah, man, 3 Z's because I'll put somebody to sleep. That was me punching my
Oh,
hand.
shit.
Oh my god.
That's cold.
Picture the 3 Z's. Now everyone knows how cringe my name is.
How old were you when you picked that?
18, I think.
All right, cool.
Okay, that makes sense.
Got about
All
20
right.
seconds.
I think it's guns,
Yeah,
Pat.
guns.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is the guns a disc?
With 3 Z's?
With 3 Z's, yeah.
It could have 1 Z, it could have 47 Z's.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm picturing it in like the Buzz font though,
Ooh.
because that has the 3 Z's.
I went to Marshall Street today, and there's a lot of discs out there that I've never heard of.
And guns must be one of them.
They didn't have the mallard. I looked everywhere.
No, I didn't
What
see
about
that either.
what was the other one?
Nor did they have the.
The teal
Was it teal?
Yeah,
bill.
Is that the
something-
one?
The blue-billed teal or something.
Something.
Like that,
Yeah, they didn't have either of that brand's discs, unfortunately.
I think guns. I don't know. I'm thinking no.
Yeah, I say no.
Okay.
All right, we're going no.
NSH7 Guns, GUNNZ, Noob Simhouse Custom Discs, May 31st, 2021.
That sounds like AI.
That's surprising.
Hmm.
Also, the trivia is getting a bit soft. I will put an asterisk against 1 point on that one.
I'm not sure if I understand.
I don't know what you mean.
Oh, because we were definitely going to say flex, and then Pat kind of like, "Are you sure?" to us, and then it was like, "Oh, it's gone."
Oh,
On a question 1, I mean, you still only got 1 point out of it. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
you
I'm only
really
going to
didn't
give
give
you
him that
asterisk
much.
1 because they were
You
going to
didn't
get
really
that.
give him that much.
We didn't really flex on him.
No.
Oh, see? Plus, I think I've already used Fleck.
I was
thought so,
going to
too.
argue not to say flex because of that. Yeah.
When were you going to do that?
I was waiting for Corey to talk it out.
All right. Eric, Alex, and Tim, category 1, 2, or 3.
I'll take the wheel, I guess, as captain. Let's go. Question 1, category 3, or the other
Category
one,
one?
whatever the other category is.
3.
3,
Sure.
right?
You going with 3?
You can't get this wrong. Just
Yeah. First question on the other category. There you go.
Well, there's 2 other categories.
There's 3 categories, Eric.
Oh shit! I gotta pick one. Forgot about. I'm never the captain. I'm just, I'm the captain now. But shit, I've never been the captain before. 3. I love the number 3, so we're gonna go 3.
Oh yeah.
We good?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let me just preface this by saying these were written last week, so you didn't pick them last week, so it might be a little harder this week. See if you remember. Name both players who had an ace at this year's Discap Presents the Battle of Saratoga 23. Name both players who had an ace at this year's Discap Presents the Battle of Saratoga 23.
So I'm pretty sure Ethan Hatters was one.
Was it that Florida man also, or was that?
I think that was at the Flex.
That was the flex.
That was a flex. Okay.
Wait. Didn't Kyle get one on 3?
I thought that was Ethan.
No, Kyle got it because didn't he hit it during warm-ups and then he hit it again when Corey said to him, "Hey, how's it feel that you're going to start with a worse score?" and then he hit it again.
Oh, yeah.
If that was Kyle, that easily could have been. That story in my head was Ethan.
I'm pretty sure it was Kyle because I think Corey was talking about his win. He didn't think Kyle was close, but the ace brought him close or something like that, I think is what it was. I couldn't remember. I think it's Kyle that hit the ace on 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I will defer to you because it was not a strong thought in my head. But
Yeah,
that's just the name that was in my head.
And I clearly don't know how to play, so I'm going to defer to Tim.
We still need another name though.
If I asked this question last week, I think you needed to name both. I think this week.
one is fine.
Yeah.
I got both though, so
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Flex.
All right, so we got to get
Flex.
both. I feel like
I could
maybe.
change it up and make the bonus the other name.
Okay, so now I know I have to get it because Randy knows it.
That's
So let
fair.
me-
I think that's fair.
Plus, I gave them a bit of a.
that is fair. You did
A little
just
bit of
point
help.
So
us in that
what's your
direction,
first answer?
I'm going with Kyle 100%. That one I
right.
feel absolutely great about.
Okay.
You guys agree?
I am happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
So for a bonus question, who hit the other ace?
Alex, are you leaning anyway?
I mean, Ethan was in my head, but I thought the Kyle story was Ethan.
Okay.
That being said, Ethan could be in my head because I'm thinking of the other person who aced, but I don't know.
I'm not putting it together.
Well, yeah, I don't like that Randy says he knows both and we've said Ethan.
Right.
And so
You could also just be messing with your head.
I know that's true.
For whatever reason, the only other person that sticks out in my head, and I don't know why this is, I don't remember it being mentioned like I do. Like I remember Kyle exactly, but for whatever reason, I feel like Mike Thomas hit one for whatever. That's what's in my head.
I don't know Mike Thomas, so.
Miguel.
Oh, Miguel Thomas? I believe that.
That's the only. I don't know where that's coming from. I have no idea. That's just what was in my head.
That certainly seems like a possibility.
Yeah, and I don't know what hole it is. I know the Kyle story exactly. I have no idea where Mike is coming from.
I like Mike more than Ethan.
Yeah, we'll go with Miguel.
Okay.
You guys agree?
Let's do it.
Yep.
Are they right, Randy?
Dude, Ethan wasn't even there.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say the same thing.
Jesus. But yeah, it was Miguel.
Oh,
Nice.
You
Good
are
call.
correct. All right, so you're up 2-1. Back to Rec, Corey, Randy, and Evan, or Randy, Evan, and Corey, but Corey's captain. Would you like category 1 or category 3? Category 2 will be saved for a later date.
We don't do enough switching around. Let's go to 3.
I agree.
All right, question 2, category 3. Who won the very first Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Skip Ace Picks League? Who won the very first Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Skip Ace Picks League?
Shit. How many years have we been doing this for?
Was it Brian?
I want to say it was Brian. This is our 3rd year. Then we had Brian, Harry, and... Oh, wait, no, is this year 4? Brian, Harry, Mike Schwartz, and whoever won it this year, or is.
But we
winning
haven't
this year.
announced this year exactly. So
Somebody has won it. It's just been like 2-3 weeks, and we just don't have any time.
Yeah.
to it. We'll get to it though.
I think it was Brian.
that was my first thought. So
I don't really know, so that's fine.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
yes,
It is the Brian Bickerson. No. Bonus points. Who won the 2024 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Skip Base Picks League?
So I think that was Harry.
Schwartz.
Oh wait, what?
Oh wait,
How many years?
I thought you said it was Schwartz last year.
Was it Schwartz? Where am I getting Harry from?
No, maybe you are right. Maybe it was Harry.
Because I think that was the whole thing. Like, I actually just had this thought the other day. Like, I don't
Jason's
think we ever
mechanic.
gave anything to Harry, or maybe it was we didn't give anything to Schwartz. I want to say Harry.
Now that you say that, Harry sounds because
it
I
was
think I
Harry.
remember Jason talking about
I
like
can get it to him.
what would be a good prize for him or something. I like that.
Yeah, we're going Jason's mechanic.
Can you be more? No, you are correct. Harrison Lee. All right, you're up 3-2. Eric, Alex, and Tim. Category 1 or Category 3?
I think we swap back to 1, right?
I am certainly more confident in general trivia
Yeah, I
than
agree.
local trivia.
Same.
How you feeling, Tim?
I'll go either way because I feel pretty locked in on the. I think I'm going to use Randy's strategy. If we want to let them take it, because I knew that pretty easily off the local trivia. So if we
All right.
want to go for this, then we can stay and hopefully steal some of the local ones.
Yeah, let's try.
Sounds good to me.
Try 1.
Sounds like Alex, he's trying to use your own strategy for you this week.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Nothing wrong with that. So you're going Category 1?
Yep.
2.
2 wasn't picked. It was what?
1.
Or
I
no, maybe
would have sworn. I wrote down 2,
Yeah, 2 was-
thinking.
I
Corey
I wrote
picked-
down 2 too.
You were right. It was 2 and 3. What I did was I took out the other category, so my numbering is all to me
okay.
right now. It
Gotcha.
is 1. My bad.
and I'm the dumb one. Shit.
You're not the dumb one. I said tier 3.
Yes.
That's true. We're tier 3.
Yeah, you're MA3 in trivia. All right, question 2, Category 2. What common caliber designation named for its half-inch diameter is famously used by the M2 Browning heavy machine gun and the Barrett M82 anti-material sniper rifle? What common caliber designation named for its half-inch diameter is famously used by the M2 Browning heavy machine gun and the Barrett M82 anti-material sniper rifle?
It's a 50 caliber.
Yeah, I would have been very confident the Barrett fires a 50 cal.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
You guys agree?
Yep.
Is the 50 cal or the 50 caliber, because that's both the answers I heard, either of those a disc?
I think caliber is.
I could easily see it being a disc.
I swear caliber is a disc. I know Colt is a disc.
Yeah, well,
50 cal
that's
is
not
like.
the question.
So what is it you said?
Yeah, I'm good
with.
with yes.
It would be either 50 cal or 50 caliber. So 50 is
Has to be
definitely
in it.
Would be the
I kind
answer.
of like it. I don't hate it.
I say yes.
Yeah, I say yes
Let's
too.
go
I'm
yes.
good with it.
Go with the
Yeah,
gut.
let's go with it.
Surprisingly, Arsenal Discs, July 13th, 2017.
Man, if I could add a Halo 50 cal to my bag, oh my god, blowing trees apart.
What do you have you guys at, Alex?
I've got us at 4 and them at 3 right now.
All right, I wasn't sure if I had given you the initials. So 4-3. So you guys are up 1 through 2 rounds. Corey, Randy, and Evan, Category 2 or Category 3?
Damn, what do they always say in football games now? Like, oh, they're going by the analytics. They should have went 2. Should have went for 2 there. What is the phrase?
What is this? The score sheet or whatever it say? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Should they go for 1 or 2?
What I always find interesting is I've heard you guys have really great strategies at the beginning, and then by the next question, just blow them up.
Yeah.
So
Randy, what is your Amazon advanced web stat?
Well, Amazon's down today. I don't know if you knew that. The Amazon, it crashed today. So,
actually, yeah.
so he probably can't use that today right now.
Ooh, too soon. Randy, what is your big brain saying about this one?
I think we take 1 more in 3.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Evan, you concur?
I concur.
All right. Question 3, Category 3. What disc golfer from Rensselaer, did I pronounce that correctly?
Rentler.
Rentler?
All wrong. All wrong.
New York.
No, I'm with Randy on that one.
Rentler, New York has been a PDGA member since 2019 and has won 9 events since turning professional in 2022. What disc golfer from Rentler, New York has been a PDGA member since 2019 and has won 9 events since turning pro in 2022?
Since turning pro. I mean, Randy, you live in Rensselaer?
I do.
It's like you and Adam.
Yeah,
Who else lives in that disc golf village?
it's not me.
It's not you. Okay.
I've only won 7.
Oh, that's it?
Mhm. Which is going to piss me off if this is Adam.
Since turning pro. Yeah, I don't know who else is playing pro from Rensselaer.
This timeline lines up with Adam.
Are you trying to find reasons to not think that it's him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because I think he started playing tournaments right after me, and I started in 2018.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so you don't have to worry about the wins part. You weren't signed up at 2019.
No, I know. How many events has my wife won?
Oh.
Probably way more.
Oh,
Probably like way more
shit.
than 9.
Yeah.
When did she start
probably
playing
true.
pro?
That's what I'm not sure about.
2020
But I feel like the
seems kind of-
2019 thing works out. I feel like she started playing a year after me. Oh my god.
Ooh, that's a wrinkle. You're on. You got to choose this. I think you're the most qualified.
and the most potentially affected.
In
I feel like
danger.
Adam hasn't won that many, but I feel like Kat has won more. But I think he qualified by saying since turning pro.
Right.
I think I'm going to go Kat.
Do you want me to read it one more time?
Nope.
Do you want me to flip a coin?
I'm trying to think if Adam has won any Flex Series, and even if he played any MA1 events after like first playing MPO. And now I like Cat more. I think I like Cat more.
I think we're going to go Kat.
Yep.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned last week that Kathleen Bemis won the Discap Presents the Battle of Saratoga 23 in the FPO division. It was not her first win there. In what year did she last win this?
Oh man.
And if you don't get it spot on, the other team's going to get a guess.
All right. It was Capital Discs, Corey. So what year was that? I think her and Tyler won it the same year.
That would have been like
22 or 20?
21 or 22, I think.
All right, hold on. I'm going to walk it all the way back. Tyler didn't go to our first match 2 years ago because he was trying to repeat. So that's 2023. So I think it's 2022.
Yep. Yeah, I like that.
I
We're
agree.
going, yeah.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, yeah, she wasn't a professional in 2021, so 2022.
Hey, we did it.
Hey, nice.
Wait, was the answer in the first question?
Well, no.
I think he
I
kinda
I
rounded
mentioned that she turned professional in 2022. Or I don't know if turned professional is even the first played professional, I guess would have probably been a better phrasing for it. But yeah, so it would have had to have been 2022, 23, 24, or 25. And we already know it was in 2025.
Good job, Randy.
I feel great right now.
You should, man. You should. That's high fives.
I'm definitely going to include all the hemming and hawing, you know.
I was thinking it was Kat from the beginning because she won last week.
Yeah, there's.
You
that
got to
too.
put some dramatic music behind that, Pat. Like some game show, like countdown, heartbeat type music.
I do love that he was going to pick Adam Nelson. He was very confident on it, but hated it. And I'm glad that he went the other way for his own safety.
All right, so Eric, Alex, and Tim, you're down 1 point. Would you like category 2 or category 3?
I'm still on category 2.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm good with
same.
it. Let's stay there.
Same.
All right, question 3, category 2. What is the name for the tiny gap between neurons that nerve impulses must cross to transmit a signal? What is the name for the tiny gap between neurons that nerve impulses must cross to transmit a signal?
Is it a synapse?
Ooh, that's a scientific term.
That relate to guns?
Ooh, that's actually a really good question. Synapse, kind of.
Nothing comes to my mind, so that's what pops in your head.
So
Alex.
Pat, one more time.
Yeah.
What is the name for the tiny gap between neurons that nerve impulses must cross to transmit a signal?
I don't have a clue.
Other than like a synapse or a bridge, I have no idea. Synapse is.
Synapse sounds good.
I like it, and I think it's the name of a disc. What do you think, Alex?
Yeah. Like the category is throwing me a little bit, but synapse is definitely what's sticking in my head.
Right. I'm wondering the terminology of synapse. There could be some gunplay in there.
They talk about neurons and synapses firing, I guess, which is kind of like gun, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
that actually does make. All right. I'm
Yeah,
even more
all right,
confident in your answer now.
All right, let's roll with it.
You guys agree?
Synapse. Yes.
Yeah.
Is the synapse a disc?
I'm pretty confident it is.
I was also pretty confident it was.
It's a thought space, isn't it?
That sounds right.
Yeah, I think.
Extra points if it is.
You agree?
Yep.
Tim, since you picked the disc, what year?
Oh, crap. Synapse. That is. Well, they haven't been around long, so it's got to be newer. I'm going to say 2024.
Thought Space Athletics, January 10th, 2022.
Oh.
You guys are up by 1, halfway through. Corey, Randy, and Evan, category 2 or category 3?
Thoughts, Randy?
Space
You're
athletics.
pretty.
Good. Nice, Pat. I'm pretty. Thank you. I have no strategy.
Corey, those were my thoughts too.
But he responded to 2 jokes in like a half a second.
Guess what, Randy? You're picking the category. We're gonna follow you, bud.
Well, the rest of my thing was you were pretty adamant on this doing one more in 3. But after these last
I wanted to
Oh, that's
switch.
true. Wait, what if the next question is Adam Nelson?
Ooh, man.
That's the appropriate response.
I am just thrown by Synapse. I don't know how that relates to.
Oh, I think
guns
Alex is
with
right.
30s.
Like
Yeah,
Synapse is firing.
Oh, just things that fire.
Firing. I think, yeah.
I hated the answer
I don't
until he
know.
said that, and then like, okay, I can see it now.
Yeah. I just feel like Tim knows all the fucking local disc golf ones. So maybe we just try and get those.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I remember the first time I heard Alex swear. Is that the first time I heard Randy swear?
Oh, yeah. That felt weird.
Yeah, he doesn't say that for Alex has been like a sailor since, but that first
It's like an R-rated
one-
movie. You get one per episode.
I feel like I used it right.
I think you did too. Sorry, go ahead.
Let's do just one more.
Just
And
one.
only one more in
Okay.
3.
No
I
more,
get it.
though, after that.
All right. Question 4, category 3. Who won the Discap Presents April Showers 19, driven by Innova in the MPO division? Who won the Discap Presents April Showers 19, driven by Innova in the MPO division?
That was this. Was it this year that the Kyle blow up, or was that previous year?
Wait, so the 19th one was
Was that this year?
it's offset by like 2 years.
If it was
So that
not this year, I have no fucking idea.
This year was 23
For
right?
Saratoga,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's April Showers, so like I don't even know if that started the same year.
I can't imagine that.
Should we assume?
Yeah, I would guess that Pat is pulling from this year, not from a previous year.
So this is 2021.
Yeah. Wait, what? No, I mean like this year.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not assuming anything. This year's Battle of Saratoga was 23.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I haven't played it. I was with Corey. I'm thinking or assumed he was talking about this year's tournament, like from April, I guess.
All right, fine.
But I'll also admit that I don't know who won, so that may not help.
Yeah, I can't remember if that was. I want to see Tucker.
I was going to suggest we go silent until Pat just lets Tim answer it.
Wait until Tim just jumps in.
So we're thinking it was April Showers this year. Did he say MPO?
Yeah.
Yes. Who won in the MPO division?
Did Hodge win it?
Oh Oh shit.
He won something earlier this year because his girlfriend makes wonderful posts about it.
Yeah, maybe the Kyle Tucker drama was Battle of Saratoga last year, and the David Koch was April last year.
We can't mention that 2 weeks in a row.
He beat me this
He
week.
doesn't
I'm going to mention it 4 more times before we close.
I feel like the Kyle thing was more recent. As a weekly podcast listener, I think I like Tucker better as an answer.
Okay.
That's just me weighing in, but Corey's the captain and Randy has the hot hand. So
I forget about Peter. I'm having a hard time picturing it. He definitely won at Heiser.
No, I'm not saying I'm definite right at all.
Okay, yeah, I'm back on Tucker then.
All right, we can go Tucker.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
We do.
That was torture.
You are correct.
That was torture.
That was torture to listen, even as not knowing the answer at all. I almost picked Randy, funny enough.
Jesus.
Corey, Kyle and Tucker was Battle of Saratoga before Greenville last year. Because that was the whole Randy laying up on the hole 18 to take tie for second.
Oh, yeah, we literally talked about this on Saturday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, well, I wasn't part of that conversation.
Especially
so.
after last week when he told you to lay or not to lay up. Right? All right, so your bonus question, category 3. Who won the Disc Cap Presents April Showers 19 driven by Innova in the MA40 division? Who won the Disc Cap Presents April Showers 19 driven by Innova in the MA40 division?
It wasn't me.
Damn, we almost had just like the freebie on that one.
I know.
Were you there?
No, I wasn't.
We talked about it last week. He doesn't really.
That's right.
I made a point to ask him.
Yeah.
You should, Evan. You should play there.
All right, I'll consider it.
My first 2 guesses would be Terrier Joe, but I forget who else plays in MA40.
I mean,
If
sometimes
only someone
Thomas
wanted
Celez
to.
plays MA40, but I don't know if he's going out to play April Showers.
Who are the other local MA40 guys that are like of winning caliber?
Oof.
Yeah, Dow's when he's playing.
Me, thank you very much.
Pat when he wants to drop down and
And drive 3 hours to.
grace us with his presence. Joe Karen, Terry Hudson, Aaron Holtby. He's been playing MA40 now.
Terry Hudson's at least sort of maybe ringing a bell, but I'm not sure.
I mean, I do throw a fair amount of forehands on Heiser, and he does throw with the wrong arm. I'm gonna lean Terry Hudson.
I don't know. I feel like I should know this, but I'm blanking. I don't know. And that's a good guess, I guess.
I got nothing else. Yep.
Terry or
We're
Joe.
going with it.
Terry or Joe, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Scary
Tim,
Terry.
are you screaming?
Oh my god. Corey, you were on the card.
Ooh, so it's the
What?
Terry then.
Whoa, wait. We didn't lock our answer.
I
in yet,
know,
right?
but this is ridiculous.
So
Tim is dying. I can't imagine.
not only was my guess bad, but now you're saying I played so bad I was on the mixed
Wait,
card
Corey.
at the bottom.
Corey.
Yeah,
I don't know. Who?
bro.
Corey,
If
say
I
it.
was playing with the MA40 guys, and I don't remember that round because I didn't want to remember that
I need an answer.
round. Terry Hudson.
You guys agree?
Yep.
All right. This is a special occasion for a bonus question where Eric and Alex cannot answer. Tim, who won the Discap Presents April Showers 19 driven by Innova in the MA40 division?
Tim Goyette.
Whoa! Congrats, Tim.
Wow.
First time
They
hearing
said-
about it.
People of a winning caliber and didn't name Tim. Did not name
Let me
him.
tell you, it was fine. That didn't
Did
bother
not
me at all,
name
Eric.
you.
Actually, that didn't bother me at all. It was more the fact that Corey was there for
I'm looking
18
at it right
holes
now.
of it.
You look at it already. You beat him by 2 strokes, actually. So, hey, there you go. Joe Carrier, you beat by 2 strokes. That's really funny.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm gled you knew it because I did not.
Good job,
That's
Tim.
hilarious.
It's all good. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That was your big redemption story.
There it is. There's the redemption story.
And yeah, now Corey's got your name on his list twice.
Oh no! I made it bold.
I was going to say it's highlighted now. It's not twice. It's
In
just
red.
highlighted.
All right.
All right.
Eric, Alex, and Tim, you are now up by 1 point. Would you like category 2 or 3?
I think Tim should drive right now, honestly. I think because we're either question 4 or question 5, but we could.
No, let's go back to 2. Let's keep
I think
working
Yeah,
on
two
it
is
feels,
good, yeah.
it feels like we're getting
Yeah.
more and
I
more
was gonna
likely
say-
to steal
I
in
agree.
3.
Okay, I
so I
agree.
think we go for 2.
All right, I agree.
Yep.
Well, I will give you a hint. No more answers are going to be Tim for the rest of it. So you're going back to 2?
Yep.
All right. Question 4, category 2. What word can mean a sudden, strong gust of wind, the loud sound from a car horn, or informally a very enjoyable experience? What word can mean a sudden, strong gust of wind, the loud sound from a car horn, or informally a very enjoyable experience?
Is it just blast?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great one.
Wow. Yeah, that is exactly what. it would
Yeah,
be.
that's a great. I was trying to focus on the last one. You're right. Blast makes sense. Yep.
You guys agree?
Sure.
Yeah.
Is the blast a disc?
It feels like a disc that should exist,
Yeah.
but I certainly can't think of any.
This could be a trick, but we don't. I mean, last week it was a whole thing with all no's. Could be all yeses, but this does feel like a twist. It does look. I do see it being a disc very easily, though.
I'm gonna go no. I mean, it sounds like a good disc game, but I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
I think you're right, Eric. This might be the twist.
I'm only saying no because I think it's a twist, and that's the only
yeah,
reason
I
why.
tend to agree with
What do you think, Alex?
I'm all right with it.
Yeah, I mean, my instinct was that it should be a disc, but I'm not wildly upset if it's not. So if you guys are feeling no,
Alex, I think you're right. It should be, but I don't think it is.
So we're
Sure.
yeah, we'll go no.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
going with no.
Disc Golf Association, August 18th, 2025.
Oh shit.
So not too long ago.
Oh, I know what it is now. It's the Zone remake with the ringer top.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I remember I saw it. Now that he says that, I've seen it.
That's all right.
I mean,
That's
is
all
that
right.
is that not
I
the?
thought that was the vessel.
It is.
I thought that was the Zone GT.
No, the Zone GT that has not the ring. I'm sorry, not the ringer top. Well, yeah, the ringer top, not the GT top.
The groove
I
top.
don't know, man. I got
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. No, I think that it is the vessel, but I think they also gave it to DGA.
We're through 4 rounds. You guys are still up 2 points. Corey, Randy, and Evan. What category? 2 or 3?
So
What do you say, Randy?
are
One
you
more?
staying in 3 again? One more time?
I feel like 2's been kind of easy.
Yeah. I mean,
Foreshadowing.
the first one was the hardest one.
Honestly.
I'm cool.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go to 2.
I'm more likely to know 2 for whatever that's worth.
Let's switch again. Let's switch more than these idiots, these non-switchers.
So you guys are going to 2?
Yeah.
Yep.
I do want to point out that Randy did say the last one was going to be the last time in 3.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, we
also
heard
the
that
second time
before.
he said that.
Yeah.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So question 5, category 2. On the Passover Seder table, a paste of apples and nuts called haricet is meant to symbolize what building material? On the Passover Seder table, a paste of apples and nuts called haricet is meant to symbolize what building material?
How about?
Mortar.
Oh, go ahead.
You say it. No. I want.
Based on the category, I was going to say mortar.
Yeah.
Why?
Because
It's a
I think
page.
of it as like a building construction, but also because of like the firearm references, like a mortar shell.
Okay. So you know what you do to clay? You fire it to make pots.
So you think the answer is clay?
That's what I thought.
Are you just referencing local disc golfers like clay and pots? Like we're in the wrong category. I don't know if you're
You're totally in the wrong.
unless you're playing like 4D chess right now, and I love it.
No, like you fire ceramics.
Pat, can we hear this bad boy one more time?
On the Passover Seder table, a paste of apples and nuts called haricet is meant to symbolize what building material?
I would say
You think
clay
it's
is not a
just
building
clay?
material. It's more of like a hobby material.
All right, fine. it's
Well,
mortar.
no,
it's mortar.
I
It's a disc.
oh, it is?
Yeah, it is.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
I think Big Germ used to throw one.
I like clay now more, but okay.
No, it's wrong.
I can
And I
understand
like pots,
where
too.
Randy
I
was
also like
coming
pots.
from, but
I was so confident, and then you guys are both like mortar. I'm like, well, shoot.
Well, darn.
it's a close number two. But I think mortar
Thanks.
on my sheet got a few more points.
All right, we're going mortar.
You guys going with mortar?
Mm-hmm.
Is the mortar a disc?
It is.
Yes.
I think Big Jeremy used to throw one.
Mhm.
Millennium Golf Disc, September 3rd, 2013. So we are tied, but Eric, Alex, and Tim have a question in the hole. What category would you gentlemen like? Eric, Alex, and Tim, 2 or 3?
So if we take 2, we get question 6 in both categories. So my instinct is to go to 3.
I agree.
Okay.
You guys all
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
Yes, we go 3.
Right where we wanted
All right.
them.
Question 5, category 3. What podcast guest won the 2025 Long Island Open in the MPO division? What podcast guest won the 2025 Long Island Open in the MPO division?
Kyle Hirsch, Ron Gallardo. No, not Ron's would be.
What?
Dude, Erich was there.
Yeah, Eric, you were there.
Yeah, but I'm not. What
Could it
pain?
have been Antonio Albert?
I wasn't there for Long Island Open actually. Wasn't there.
You weren't there for the long
No,
Island? What did you
no.
do? What did you do down there? You went to something
Cedar
down
Beach
there.
Classic and Thrive and Survive.
Cedar Beach Classic. Okay.
But I do
Disc
know some
golf.
of the names down there.
Thrive
but-
and Survive is great, except for crossing that bridge to get to the Thrive part. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and sometimes they switch it up too.
When I went, I started at Heckscher and went to Cedar, and that bridge scares the fuck out of me. I don't know if you did the same
Wait,
thing.
that's not. No, we just do we just do longs or
Oh, no.
shorts or
Oh,
shorts and longs.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about the Woods to the Waves. My
Oh
bad.
shit. Okay.
Oh, yeah. You have to go from
That's
Heckscher
wild.
to Cedar,
Yeah,
and
that
there's
bridge,
a bridge that I never cross except for during that tournament. I don't know if I'll ever.
It's
do
a
that
weird bridge.
tournament
I know
again.
the bridge you're
Oh,
talking about. It's
man.
a very strange. Yeah. It's a weird one.
Yes. I don't know what it is about it. It scares the piss out of me. I'm sorry.
Alex, the only person I can think of is Antonio Albert from down there because he's a guest. I know he's a big time golfer down there. That's the only one I can
Yeah, it
think of
has to
that
be
would've
somebody who
won
was
that.
the guest. So that if you know the name, then I'm with it.
Antonio Albert's the only one that fits both that I can think of off the top of my head. I think you're right, Alex. I don't know if
Yeah,
you're right. That's the only one I can come up with.
Then we like it.
Same deal.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were looking for 2023 Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Year, Antonio Albert, but you'll still get credit.
Okay, fair. Wait, was he 2022?
I think,
Because 23 was the split, and then 24 was Tucker.
yeah.
Right.
Thank you for correcting that, Alex. I was literally just making it up as I go. How about the first Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast Player of the Year, Antonio?
There we go. The inaugural.
All right, so your bonus question. What podcast guest won the 2025 Long Island Open in the MA1 division? What podcast guest won the 2025 Long Island Open in the MA1 division?
Okay.
And that was 2025 guests? Shit.
Not necessarily a 2025 guest.
2025 Long Island Open.
Boy, I don't know any of these people down there.
Yeah, but who has been on the podcast that
Plays
the names that you
MA1?
don't recognize even, or that like was a downstate player?
It could be a Bohansky.
Mm-hmm.
You think he went down there?
He easily could have.
Mhm.
Wait, was he on the podcast?
I don't think he's
What
been
was
on
that,
the
Pat?
podcast.
Sorry, I
No,
thought you were
wait,
saying
no.
something.
Pat met him for the first time this week.
I almost said it, so thank you.
Yeah, Pat just piped
So no,
up.
it was not AB. Just met him for the first time. So no, I was there for the
Man, I
introduction.
just ruined that.
I know
I'm
Pat
sorry.
just piped up. I was like, hold on, that was.
I'm sorry, Corey, Randy, and Evan.
I think I would have realized maybe, but I don't know.
All right, so hold on, we're going off track.
Yeah, so who has been on the podcast and plays MA1 is the issue.
Yeah, who would
Long Island
invite
Open?
MA1 players onto this
Yeah,
podcast?
right.
Can you imagine AMs being on this podcast on a regular
Like
basis?
a loser, like an MA3 on this podcast. That's crazy.
Alex, who are people that have been who are Long
the
Island
podcast
people? I can't even think of any names.
I think of Long Island people, I just think of wedge people.
Has
Oh,
Kyle
name some
Hirsch
wedge
been on this
people.
year? I'm trying to think.
He's not an MA1 player, and he's not from Long Island.
Chris Lucier, I
No
don't
shit,
think has
not
been on
Kyle
the
Hirsch.
podcast.
No, it's not Fancy Pants. He's MPO. Wait, wasn't he MPO?
He plays both.
Okay.
What
Now,
the
who
fuck
else?
is that
Who else
guy's
is
name?
on the
Kyle,
podcast?
whatever.
What other names have I heard mentioned on here?
Evan Pars.
Yes.
I got nothing.
Are you asking for help?
No, I was just saying maybe as a possibility.
I don't know. I don't
Let's
know
go
what
Pat
the
Keenan.
players. No, he doesn't. Yeah.
Well, MA1 shit. Fancy Pants? Was Fancy Pants on?
We just said, yeah, no.
I don't think
no.
he's been on the podcast, yeah.
All right.
Who runs the Fools Fest?
Fools Fest?
Have they been on?
Adam Gutman.
Has he been on?
He definitely has been on now that I
just
think
say
about
it.
it.
Well, yeah, that's our
Yes.
answer. Adam Gutman.
Adam Gutman.
There we go. Adam Gutman. I don't even know who that is. Okay.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That's what we're
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
You say Adam Gutman? You are correct.
Oh,
Wow.
Nice, Alex.
I
Yeah,
don't know how
Adam
we
was
got
on when we were talking about states a couple of years back.
He's been on, yeah.
A couple of times,
Yeah,
but
a few
that
times.
that is the most recent one that I remember.
So you guys are up by 2. Final round. Corey, Randy, and Evan. Category 2 or 3.
I guess I say 2.
Okay. I can't legally choose 3, so
Going with 2?
we're going with 2.
All right. Question 6, Category 2. The face of the Great Seal of the United States, adopted on June 20th, 1782, features an eagle clutching an olive branch in one talon and 13 of what in the other? The face of the Great Seal of the United States, adopted on June 20th, 1782, features an eagle clutching an olive branch in one talon and 13 of what in the other?
Arrows?
That's what I was thinking.
Are you sure they weren't bolt?
No, not sure.
No, really not sure.
Me neither. I think it's probably arrows.
It's probably arrows.
Yeah, arrows.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Is the arrow.
Definitely.
Phonetically, I think it is.
Both of them,
This is for
actually.
the tie.
There's two different arrows.
Is it?
There's the arrow
Yeah.
and the arrow.
Nice.
hmm
There's the
Yep.
ant and the ant.
Mm-hmm.
There's the
Mary,
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 the
Mary.
and the Mary.
Yeah.
Dolores.
I'm not going to say what it rhymes with.
Bait it.
We're going with the aerobi arrow, not the Innova arrow.
Okay, good distinction.
Yep.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Yes.
So it sounds like you're saying the answer and that it's a diff.
Mhm.
Yes.
Aerobi, April 16th, 2003. We are tied. Final question
What?
for Eric, Alex, and Tim. And remember, there's a bonus. So if you can get the first question right, they could still tie it with a steal. Name one of the 2 disc golfers who came on the podcast to talk about Highland Park, the first disc golf course in New York City. Name one of the 2 disc golfers who came on the podcast to talk about Highland Park, the first disc golf course in New York City.
Clearly, Paul Macbeth.
That was the big get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was the course
Oh.
designer?
What were their names?
Paul Macbeth.
Yeah, it was Paul Macbeth. The Missy Gannon.
Am I
played
hearing
with
another
Paul
voice?
Macbeth. What the heck were their names?
Any course designer that has been on the podcast.
What?
As you know, I don't listen unless I'm being talked about. So,
Were you one of them?
no. Well, it could be.
I don't remember their names. Crap. I remember the episode, and I remember talking. Oh, wait. Wait, we already named his name.
Well, what is it?
Oh, wait. Pat, can you read it again just so I know?
Name one of the 2 disc golfers who came on the podcast to talk about Highland Park, the first disc golf course in New York City.
So it's one of the 2 people that came on with Antonio Albert.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he
yeah.
came on- yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're right. I probably should have specified that,
Okay.
but good call.
Oh, I
appreciate
remember that. I know the episode.
That's
I
crazy.
appreciate being corrected, Tim, so
No.
much.
I love that you. I love that you know
I'm teasing, but I do actually.
That. I love that you know that.
Crap. I know. I can remember them talking about it. I remember Antonio coming on with them talking about how they traveled. And one took a bike to get there. The other one was taking a taxi. It takes 45 minutes or whatever. I don't know their names though. This sucks.
Yeah, I got
maybe
nothing.
I don't know. The only thing I named Chris is coming to mind, but I don't have anything more than that.
Alex, anything?
I have absolutely
Yeah, I got nothing. Shot in the dark, Tim?
I don't have a clue what his last name would be. Chris is the only thing I can come up with.
Chris, not Lucier.
Yeah, not
Chris.
Lucia, not Fancy Pants.
Can you be more specific?
Maybe we could, but I don't think it's like we're not going to be able to be more specific.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even think I could. Yeah, I got nothing.
Chris. We'll just go with Chris.
You want to go with Chris?
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, if that name is correct, I'll say be more specific. Do you want to go with it?
Yeah, let's go with it.
Yeah, we'll go with Chris.
Corey, Randy, and Evan.
At least it doesn't help.
Baited.
Name one of the two disc golfers who came on the podcast to talk about Highland Park, the first disc golf course in New York City.
I feel like one of the guys' name was Evan.
Oh, I was going to say, I feel like they had the same name, but I don't know what it was.
Oh, that sounds right.
Because either they went by their last names or they had nicknames or something, but I don't remember what it was.
Dude, that's absolutely right. And I still don't know their names.
But I don't think it was Evan because I think I would have remembered that. So
Yeah.
take that. Unfortunately, I would take that off the list. And I don't think it was Corey, and I don't think it was Randy.
What's the most common name?
Muhammad.
Thank you.
Paul Macbeth.
They weren't. Wasn't like Matt or Michael. Definitely wasn't a John.
It wasn't Tim. Was
You
it
already got
Tim?
that one wrong.
Was it Eric?
Wasn't a Tom.
Was
I
it
was
Pat?
actually thinking. I was thinking Erich. Actually,
I'm just going through the podcast. I'm going down the list of names on my screen right now.
Jasan.
Alex,
Crazy. There's two Jasans on that day.
Oh wait, Alex.
Eric?
Wait, hang on.
Alex Potts.
Okay, Alex.
Alex does sound kind of like a name.
It does. I have a cousin named Alex. That gives more credence to your theory.
And I'm not even sure that a first name only will even get us points because I'm definitely not going to come up with any last names. But I do kind of like Alex.
Wait, do you okay?
Yeah, for 2 points, half of one person's name.
to break the tie.
I say Alex.
Okay.
I even joined the Discord and everything, and I saw the post, and then I've gotten actually more content than just that, and I still couldn't tell you. So I want to say Alex.
All right, Alex rides his bike to the course.
You want to go with Alex?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, see, that's where we're going to have a problem, Pat, is I don't know that any of us could.
Oh, no.
Smith.
No.
Parsley.
Alex.
Miller.
I'm just trying to think of statistically probable names. Rodriguez.
No, don't like that.
Chang.
Darn it. Dang it.
I'm sorry, no.
Brown. Keenan.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Alexander. I don't know.
Ooh, that's a good answer, actually. Yeah, Alex.
Last name
Yeah, Xander. Xander.
Alexander Xander.
You going with Xander?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We were looking for Bender.
Oh, no
Or-
way. Or
Hoyle. Alex Bender or Alex
Oh.
Hoyle.
Oh,
All right,
God.
so we are at a tie, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
we don't get a quarter point.
No, actually, you almost deserved a half a point for Alex, but that's just not the way, I can't do
Oh,
that.
and I wasn't gonna claim the loss after putting that asterisk on the first question.
Oh, yeah.
But you're right. We did at least get more of the answer than they did.
That's true. Yeah, so that evens it out, right? Is what
Yeah,
you're
that
saying.
makes up for the asterisk.
Damn it!
Okay.
You guys couldn't just fucking guess something. That was
So
right.
Corey, can you explain the rules of the tiebreaker since you made them up?
Oh, I did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you're going to ask a question, and you're going to ask us what year it was made, assuming it's a disc-related question. And then we're going to have 2 minutes to message each other,
A minute 10 or 12.
a minute 15 to message each other.
Yeah.
And
Basically,
submit
the
one
length
answer.
of the full disc or no disc song.
Yes.
You guys ready?
Wait, hang on. Wait. Get
Hold on,
your
let me set
group
up a
chat
chat,
started.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea because last time it was 2v2. This time it's 3v3. So you might need a little
All right, you got
extra
it.
time.
Thank you.
Why is Randy messaging my group?
I was just trying to bait Tim into saying it in here.
So shit. Tim, are you on it or no?
What?
Are you on it or you want me on it?
You set it up.
All right, I'll set it up.
I'm doing it, boys.
I gotta
Thank
get
you.
my one second, I gotta pick mine.
All right, so the disc we're looking for, the Innova Champion Discs Animal. The Innova Champion Discs Animal. What year was it approved by the PDGA?
Is it a disc or is it a miss? The trivia's tricky, it goes like this. Catch the spin, catch the throw. But do you really know? Do you really know? Disc or no disc, that's the game. Say it loud, shout the name, spin the questions round and round. Will you land it or hit the ground? From the Hudson Valley, sky so blue, we're tossing riddles straight at you. Chains might jingle or the wind might steal. What's your answer? What's the deal? Disc or no disc, that's the game. Say it loud, shout the name, spin the questions round and round. Will you land it or hit the ground? The basket's waiting, hearts are racing, trivia's flying, no time wasting. You got the aim, you got the shot. Disc or no disc, give it all you got. Disc or no disc, that's the game. Say it loud, shout the name, spin the questions round and round. Will you land it or hit the ground?
We still can't come up with an answer.
Yeah.
Pick one.
All right, we got one.
I'll stop it if something comes up.
Are you guys in the best?
I think we're ready.
I haven't gotten anything yet.
Oh, we're just who's? I got Corey,
Who's
got it.
messaging?
Spin the questions round and round. Will you land it or hit the ground? From the Hudson Valley, sky so blue, we're tossing riddles straight at you. Chains might jingle or the wind might steal. What's your answer? What's the deal?
Yeah, bros.
Disc or no disc, that's the game. Say it loud, shout the name, spin the questions round and round. Will you land it or hit the ground?
Did they leave Eric in charge of this?
Yeah, we did.
We tried to.
What are you talking about? What
You're the captain.
Did you
what
send
am
me
I
an
supposed
answer
to
yet?
say? Dude, come on
Supposed
now.
to send it to me.
88. I told you. I said we had an answer. There's this music blasting in my ear.
You've got to send it to the chat.
Send me a text.
What?
Send me a text message with the answer.
Dude, I hope Pat can level this.
Dude, I can't. It's so loud.
Eric, just send me. I'm sorry, just send. There we go. Okay.
Fuck.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm like, what the fuck is he waiting for? Because I said we have an answer. I'm like, we're
The
ready.
music's on autopilot.
I don't know how clear we stated that. Send me the message.
I
whoever-
clearly wasn't listening at the point.
It's all good. It's all good. So we were looking for the Innova Champion Discs animal. It looks like Corey's team said 2023. Eric's team said 88. I assume that's 1988.
Yeah.
I think we got it, guys.
We were looking for September 29th, 2020.
Oh, wow.
Wait, what?
That was
Oh,
way
okay.
more recent than I thought.
Yeah.
That's older than I thought, but okay.
It must have come out before the Invader then.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm sorry.
So that means Corey, Randy, and Evan are our trivia winners.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Good job, boys.
I like that one because that's one that sounds old, but it's
it
really
does
not.
sound
It
old. That's
sounded
exactly
very
where we
old.
went.
Yeah.
That's where we went.
Before we get going, any birthdays? We know we got Kevin Cronke's birthday is actually today. Not release day, but record day. Evan, when is your birthday?
It was this past Friday.
This past Friday. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I didn't see anybody on my feed. Anybody else have a birthday coming up or recently passed that we missed?
Kevin Gordon.
My name is Jeff Daniels.
Yeah, you guys mentioned Jeff Daniels. That's all I got for this week.
Dennis Daly.
Ooh.
Ah, nice.
Well, fuck him.
Yeah. Let's go.
So next week, Disc Captains have a tournament challenge match on Saturday against Devil's Grove out of Maine, but they're coming here, right?
Yep, at J Park.
The Lemonheads have their first match. Where's that and who you playing?
We're headed out to Flat Rock in Massachusetts.
Anywhere near Plymouth Rock.
It is west of that.
Okay.
It's extremely far away.
So in Massachusetts, it's all about rock, and over here, it's all about stony. Okay, I got you. Corey, did you say something about is there a Burbine tournament?
Yep, there's a Burbine tournament on Sunday. The Blues at Burbine.
Are you playing?
Yep, I will be there.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric, Alex, Corey, Randy, Evan, Tim, and Jason, and Sharita. That's all.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, everybody. Randy, I got a question for you. You there?
Nah, he gone.
Oh, me? I just heard he gone the second I put my headset back on.
I'm not trying to trick you. I just have
Oh,
three
no.
words. No, seriously. I have 3 words. This goes back to the aunt. Do you know what I'm referring to? Aunt or aunt?
Aunt, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to spell some words for you, and I just want to hear how you pronounce them. This is no McKine thing or anything like that.
Okay. I got my whiteboard ready so I can visualize
the
it.
right way. Aunt is the correct way, just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you're taking your time, I'm a busy man. I don't know about you, but okay. So the first word is the girl's name, Mary. How do you say that?
Mary?
Okay. During Christmas, Merry. How do you say that?
Mary. Hold on. Merry Christmas. Yeah, Mary. Yeah.
Okay. And what you did with your wife, Marry.
Mary.
Okay. So kind of the name and the wedding are kind of the same, but you do focus on the E. I just saw a thing about how really just in the Northeast do people say all 3 of those words the same way. Like I would say Mary, Mary, and Mary.
Yeah, like that's one of those things where it's like if I'm thinking about it, I might say it differently.
Well, that's the same as with aunt.
Yeah.
If I was thinking about I'm going to see my aunt, I'd feel like a douche. And that's me because it doesn't fit with the way I talk. It's not, I'm not, not casting aspersions on Randy other than for making fun of us for saying the word wrong.
I do say aunt as well, though.
Caramel is the one that gets me because like I'll say caramel or I'll also say caramel. It literally just depends on, how I react in the moment.
I always say caramel.
Caramel. It's like the position of the moon or something. I have no idea what I say on that.
Also,
one.
Randy, tell me you don't get shit for saying aunt. We do get flack for it.
I don't know. I don't really get flack for that, I guess.
I did when I was younger.
I say room or like room. I say it if I'm just talking, I say room.
I love that. It's like room.
And I get called out for that one. And like drawer is like much shorter. Drawer.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, here he is.
You there, Jason?
Hey guys, how's my mic sound?
Maybe a little muffled. Say some more stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta clear my throat too. Sound better?
No, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it sounds fine.
And Randy got booted.
Oh, too many people.
We don't like him.
He clicked a suspicious link in the chat.
That's interesting because there was a point where I could have as many as 12 on here. Never did, but got pretty close sometimes. I think they dropped it down to 10 again, so I don't know why that is.
It is windy out. Maybe
I think Randy forgot to pay his podcast subscription.
Oh, he lost the internet.
I'm back.
Oh, apparently not. Yeah, we had the good weather for the weekend, so we got to maybe rough it for tonight. How do you say Mary, Jason?
Mary?
Mary, the girl's name.
How do I say it?
Mhm.
Mary?
What about Merry?
Mary?
What about Marry?
Mary?
Okay, just checking.
Are they different?
Well, it was just the thing we were talking about earlier. I could argue Mary, I don't even know if I could do it, but Mary, I can't even say the Mary, the Merry one. That one maybe, but the other two are kind of, unless you focus on the R, but it's, I don't know.
What about Murray?
Murray.
There you go.
All right.
were you saying Merry there or Murry?
No, that's Murray, right?
Does Evan say like Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Only during Scrooged.
All right. So, Pat, what would you call the school you go to grades like 1 through 5?
Elementary?
Oh, you say it kind of normal.
Kind of normal, but yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of elementaries around here, and I think it's weird. But where I come from, it's, yeah.
Yeah. He only said that once in the book.
Well, he says it a lot in the shows.
Famous, though.
Yeah.